What is going on, tribe? How are we all doing today? Whoa, roster reviews are definitely not open. Smudgy, hey, little bear, you're not allowed here. You're not allowed here, Mr. Bear. Come on. Little chunky boy. Let's go, Bear. Good boy. Hey, Castro, how you doing, buddy? I'm good. Womprat, thank you so much for the resub, buddy. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Are we good? I hope so. I hope we're all good. Oh, that was Smudgy. That was Smudgy Bear. Hey, JVP, how you doing, buddy? How the devil are you? So we got Tribe Talks tonight, guys. Tribe Talks. It's gonna be your boy Karth and your boy Wolfie and your boy Scribble talking about things slightly related to Galaxy of Heroes, maybe. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time for everybody involved. I hope. Oh, I don't know how you're gonna focus, OC. It's gonna be a hard time for you, buddy. You're gonna struggle, but it'll be worth it. Maybe. It might be worth it. Happy Sunday, Trader Tots. How you doing, dude? How you doing? The all Jar Jar show, no doubt. Jar Jar's not featuring on the show today. He's not allowed. He didn't return my messages. It's very rude. Just getting a fleet battle done out of the way, guys, before we begin with the tribe talks. Because, you know, everybody needs to have their fleet payout. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everybody needs a fleet payout. Hey, Throny, how you doing? Enjoying a rainy day by sleeping through most of it. Hey, that's one way to get it done, dude. That's one way to get it done. Ain't no shame in that. It ain't no thing like a chicken wing. Scribble looks like a Pixar villain with that turtleneck. I try, gamer. I try. I try to look like a Pixar villain. I also try to look a little bit like Steve Jobs. And a little bit like Johnny Sins. Love child of those two. Crossed with Andrew Tate. Those are my looks, as it were. Those are my looks. Let's go back over here, as soon as though that's successfully completed. Let's see. We've got Karth in chat already. Hey, buddy, Karth. Oh, no, he's just chilling at the moment. We'll wait for him to come on. We'll wait for him to arrive. J'arrive. Your gank opponent for round 3 is someone you faced off against in 3v3, Scribe. This could be fun. Oh, really, buddy? What's his name? Did you check my GAC history? That could be cool.
It's definitely a look.
It's a look.
That is for sure.
Hey, Wolfie, how you doing, dude?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, man, what you doing? Nothing. Having a bud, watching the game. Cool. Oh, that's not right. I don't want that appearing there. Oh my god, it's a Carthric! Wild Carthric appears. I would have to be going over to this one over here. And if I click that, yeah, that'll do. How you doing today, Karth? You alright, mate? You're muted, Karth. That's my job, usually.
Listen here, you.
I think you got the wrong audio again.
We're trying to listen here, but you're muted. That's the problem. Come on.
Don't do this to me, Scribe.
I'm just checking.
Voice and audio. Are we in the...
We can hear you now.
Yeah. I had my mic swung the other direction.
Oh, that was it. Okay, yeah. It usually helps to have the mic like facing your mouth. You can see it in my image. I'm practically eating it.
Yeah. Well, mine's like right here.
So, don't deep throat the mic.
Mics deserve love too, Wolfie. Yeah, I see it.
It's right
It's right there. It's right there. Whoever's controlling your camera, Karth, he's drunk, all right?
We're well
How
on
we
the
doing,
way.
geezer? You all right, mate? Karth's mic swings the other way, apparently. Apparently it does. And Wolfie, how are you, good sir?
Doing just fine. How about yourself? I will be on camera in 1 second.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm doing fine and dandy. Both fine and dandy. Although I'm not looking forward to next week.
The fact
Wow,
that you're
fine
missing out.
and dandy. That is wonderful. It's rare that you have both fine and dandy in the same time. Usually it's just fine or just dandy, but fine and dandy,
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's a tricky situation, but I pulled it off.
It humors me because in high school,
Mhm.
that was my girlfriend's code word for having a shitty day.
Fine and dandy.
Yeah. So if you knew she said that, you knew shit had been a bad day. You're like, all right, well.
Here's a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
You ever see the movie, I think it was Italian Job, that had FINE was an acronym. It was like freaked out, insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Oh, are you now?
Yeah.
Fine, yep.
How did Gak go? I think I won. Yeah, I won. I won. Somehow. Somehow, some way. I think we won Karths as well. Even though I was a little bit
Yeah.
inebriated.
Well, it didn't matter. The poor
No,
soul
no,
didn't
he
stand a
was deaf.
chance.
If I was drunk, Karth's opponent must have been like paralytic, because he dropped many battles.
He dropped a lot of battles just clearing the front wall, let alone
Yeah.
everything else that needed doing.
Do do bew bew bew. Yeah, don't let me forget to climb in fleet, because I'm only in 5th right now, and I don't want to miss out on crystals.
Luckily for me, in my fleet arena
Crystals?
shard,
Who needs those? Overrated.
When you have Moostakard.
I mean, Mustakard on
Mustakard.
Yes, it's from Mustafa.
Can I attack
Yes.
anybody besides the Fury, please and thank you?
No, you may not.
Alright.
Only the Fury.
Yeah.
Do boo boo boo. Hey, we've got a Wolfie in chat. Look how handsome he is.
Where?
No, wait, no. You fool! Dang nabbit!
Damn it.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know who's
How we
prettier,
doing?
Scribe or the chat. Everybody's pretty here. I have it on good authority that women are just, wetting themselves with how pretty we are.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ugh.
Good authority?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the little voice inside my head keeps saying it, so it must be true.
Okay. Checks out.
Yep. I don't need evidence. We don't need empirical testing done here.
Gotta consult the expert every once in a while. Oh, this might time out.
Oh dear me. Yeah, it's been real. It's been a real week. It's been a real week. We could just start talking and stuff about tribe talks and things. Normally we do a bit of a warm up.
We do that here? No, usually we start talking about random things and I swing it into Swugga and then you tell me to stop so you can do your introduction.
Ranger,
And then-
Ranger, Karth, stop. Ranger, god damn it. He was here last time. I'll blame him. Karth, stop talking about tribe talks things. Let us start the show. Damn it.
Okay.
Welcome back,
Okay.
everybody. It's Tribe Talks. It's everybody's favorite Sunday activity, apart from going to the park and having a bike ride, which I did earlier today. It was nice and sunny. And I just remembered.
He's actually being serious. He actually went to the park right? Okay.
I genuinely did. I get this.
I like
all right. This is so embarrassing, man. So Mrs. Scribble and I pulled up to a little coffee house that's in one of the parks in Cardiff, right?
Okay.
We hopped off our bikes and we were like, let's have a coffee. And there was a homeless guy with a cup talking to himself and looking at me and talking quite engagingly and pushing his cup forward at me. Clearly not all day.
Relic 9?
Yeah, he was Relic 9. Yeah, and he had 2 Twi'leks with him. So I thought, okay, there's a homeless guy, he's looking for some change. So I put my hand in my pocket and I put some change in his cup, and it was a cup of coffee. So it just went sploosh. And he just like looked at me, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I thought you were begging for change. And he just goes, no, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. And he said, you're a very kind and wonderful person. I was like, I'm really sorry, mate. I just put money inside your coffee.
Can I get you another coffee?
So we had to leave in embarrassment because I was like, oh my God.
No.
But as we were leaving, he was talking about, if you have a girlfriend, you should marry her. I was like, she keeps telling me the exact same thing. He's like, I can see you. You are a fit, muscular, strong, kind man. You should marry her. I was like, yeah, I'll get right on that. And then
you are blowing the surprise, my dude.
Yeah, God. What do you think I really put in your coffee? That was the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So that was pretty embarrassing. That was pretty embarrassing. So I had to get out of there, and I'm never going there ever again. It's as simple as that. Never again.
There you go.
That was my anecdote of the day. So I'm a dumbass.
Happy ending.
Well, yeah. It was for him. He got some money.
So Scratch.
Enough to buy me a coffee.
Because we got to laugh. Oh, jeez.
Hey, it was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah. So
There you go.
I
this,
like Night Fox's approach here. It seems like a plant, a paid shill.
a paid shill. Yeah. He's there to try and make me feel better about myself.
Trying to encourage certain things.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
I think he was actually trying to casually protest gay marriage because he was like, a man should marry a woman. I don't know if that was actually his angle because he did seem like he had a screw loose. He wasn't making a whole lot of sense. So maybe I
wouldn't take too much sense.
He was probably just saying words.
He might have just been saying words. He might have just been saying any nonsense that came in his head.
There is a good chance.
He might be flying high on the electric lettuce.
For a guy who I ruined his coffee, he seemed in pretty good spirits, to be honest. So, what can I say?
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
There you go. So anyways,
as great as this weekend was, despite the strange incident in the park, which can be taken in many, many different ways, next week sucks because Jar Jar's releasing. How dare they release Jar Jar when I'm not here to actually stream it?
You bastards!
Exactly.
But luckily for you, like every other streamer will be doing it. So
Yeah. How is this lucky for me again?
for him, yes. How
you get
how is that
you get plenty of footage of how to do it right for your guide video on the mission.
Yeah. So this is what Calvin did, and this is what Arnold did, and this is what such and such did. I'm disappointed, but also I'm away from Mrs. Scribble for like a week because I'm traveling from Tuesday and I'm not back till Friday, and she's going to visit her family on Thursday, and she's not back till the following Tuesday. So it's basically a whole week with no Mrs. Scribble.
Oh, damn.
Pros and cons.
Oh, I'm only seeing the cons. She watches this Tribe Talks, Garth. So yeah, I mean, Jar Jar coming is really cool. Like, I wasn't expecting him to come. Well, I suppose we were expecting May 4th. They're not going to release a character on a Saturday, are they? So there is that. But hey.
Yeah, the event's got to run for a couple of days and everything, so that gives it the overlap to land on the 4th, but still have their weekday sort of release, and then inevitably when the event is broken, can have it re-released on Thursday or Friday or something.
Well, I mean, you saw the patch notes, right? The patch notes that said that the Jar Jar event is broken.
No. Parts of it.
Two of it were text.
Yeah.
Are not working as intended, but the abilities are still functioning as intended.
Yeah.
Two of it was text.
So it's broken.
Bugs, yes, but one of them was an actual bug.
Yeah.
I just find it funny. It's like, all right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I know this isn't in the game yet, but it's already messed. I'm sorry. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
Which is weird that they put it out as known issues because they're going to have another patch on Wednesday.
Maybe they can't fix it by then.
I would be wildly surprised if they didn't try.
So would I. But maybe it's too buggy. You know what I mean?
Maybe those weird things that, like, why would they? Like, I appreciate that they put out the information and all, but at the same time, it's like, why are you even just we can't even see the event to see that it's bugged. Like nobody can access the event until next week anyways. Just fix the damn thing, and
They could have just let it blow over. To be honest,
100%. It's gonna be like, in case we don't get to it by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Here's the issues wrong.
So put it in the patch notes on Wednesday, but like fix it and got on with our
Yeah.
lives. And if it's still broken, then cool, let us know. But otherwise, it just seems a bit silly.
I mean, as long as it's not broken like.
By the way,
as long as it's not broken like the layer event was when that released, because that was nasty. I mean, for like the 3 people that got to unlock layer that quickly. Sorry, Carl.
it was funny to watch.
I mean, yeah, it was the people who were beating it were taking her to R9, and I'm like, that is a bridge too far for me. I'm not R9ing Bausch
And that's
to
Karth.
beat this. Yeah,
Karth is like, I know I will not R9 this character. Absolutely not.
Unless they have a kit reason to benefit from the relic levels, or
they're a tank.
They're a tank, or they're a pilot of an important meta fleet.
Or
I mean,
they're called Cal Kestis.
That was a fanboy moment, but yeah.
Bausch is the linchpin, man. Like you're taking something against that. Like as soon as you kill Bausch, then you're good. I mean, like you're taking CLS against Jabba, and you're that counter.
All right, Wolfie.
You need to kill Bausch,
Wolfie.
and then you're good, right?
Wolfie.
You should relic 9 your Bausch.
If Relic 9 Bausch stops the cat instant defeat, I will do it on stream right now.
Right. Yeah. Not the cat. You know there are other counters to Jabba than JMK.
Yeah, I'm well.
If there are, I'm not interested in them.
Fucking with you.
Until we get the the Afra Datacron back, I'm not interested in any other counters.
Yeah,
but, I mean that's not strictly true.
Well,
but,
and it sucks that the Afracron is just
does stuff.
Afra seriously needs another like GAC Omni character for her team.
She's kind of missing a 5th. Kind of.
Well, she's kind of missing a 4th and a 5th because, I mean, honestly, Darth Vader, while useful there, more droids would be better because they synergize with kit better. The revive is more potent with being able to bring up everybody.
I've got an idea for them.
The team.
What they should do is just let us take in an additional version of 000 and BT1. Could you imagine? 2 BT1s in that team and 2 000s? Actually, I'll just take 3 extra BT1s. Yeah, it's just 000, 3 BT1s, and Afra
and the summon.
Yeah,
of course, the summon. Yeah. That would be horrendous. It's like, the BT1s are taking turns. Oh no!
And they'll all get bonus turns whenever one of the other ones.
Yeah. So they all just go haywire.
I'll take an increase to damage to my squad for that too. By the way, if I can get 3 BT1s, I'll take 25% damage from that. As long as it can't kill me, still, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll do it. We're good.
How did your GACs go this week, Wolfie?
Let's see. Round 1, bro. I'm gonna be honest. That Saw team is still a mess. That Saw Cherry team. I will not be sad when that team goes away.
I will be. No, I won't be. I won't be sad because I don't have it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, I have it, and it performs amazingly for me. It's great. But oh man, does that team give me some issues still? So we lost round 1 and won round 2, mostly because I should save more for the back, right? He's gonna have more stuff in the back. I should totally save more for the back.
Yep.
So I just underestimate everything in the bottom front. I always do the same thing, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me overkill some stuff, and then we'll have it. So
yeah,
maybe one day we'll learn our lesson.
But it's a real thing though. It's like I don't want to go too crazy on that south wall front because he's gonna have something nasty in the back wall. So you kind of have to, as long as you don't drop a battle, I guess is the biggest thing.
I got to use Bo-Katan on JMK twice because no one says Lord Vader anymore. But
that's true.
Bo-Katan versus Lord.
Who's taking Bo-Katan to offense?
Awesome.
Those nutty people.
Yeah.
Wolfie is.
Bo-Katan has
fun to use on offense, man. All right.
I won't argue that. It's just that she literally has one of the best defensive ratings in 5v5 right now. Yeah,
that's cool.
Like she is a timeout risk for Jabba. Which is her best counter. That's not Bane. Like it is like it's still a high win rate because there's not enough people with with Bo to balance it out yet.
Mhm.
Or like, you know, good Datacrons and things of that nature. But I mean, I've tried job against her twice and I've timed out both times because like Bam always gets his whistling birds to 20 and kills Bausch outright, and then it's just like I can eat,
you know what?
But then that's it.
You could bring a Bausch to Relic 9. That might help.
Yeah, that would really help.
Good. Nothing.
It would absolutely help because then she would be Relic 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might do it.
Mm-hmm.
You might see somebody else and be like, ooh, that Relic 9 Bausch, too much of a threat. Let me go for that, you know, Relic 8 with Skiffy Lando's Relic 8, I assume. Let me go for Skiffy Lando. He's only Relic 8. So, right?
Right? And plus, you know, you'd be able to do the new Mandalore planets because you got an R9 Bausch. No, that makes no sense.
Bausch is not a Mando.
She could be, though. She could be.
She could be.
You don't know.
This is the way.
This is the way, says Bausch. That could happen.
Yeah, no, the
oh man,
she's just a really like annoying team. Like it takes a decent chunk to deal with her.
Yeah.
Because you get in like fight or flight mode right off the rip with that Datacron of like gotta protect the person, even though her AI is an idiot, doesn't do anything. It still has
she's like, let me use some specials.
Yeah.
Like, no, hold on.
She's got like a 25% win rate versus quite a few teams. So it's just like, or like hold rate. So it's worth putting down.
Yeah. I haven't really been seeing her on defense, I don't think. I know I've trailed her in the past. Does that still work?
It
that sounds
kind
terrifying.
of works. But with the Datacron, it doesn't really, because once you lose protection, if she basics, you instantly lose, and so she'll.
But you keep on getting bonus protection from Traya.
But there's not that many debuffs on a Bo team. Besides Grogu, there's not many going out.
And Paz kicking out crap loads. Like I've never lost with Traya, but I know people have. And I've done it like 3 times. So it's like, it's not a really, not an empirical pool of evidence.
Not
awful though.
No.
I don't.
Nothing.
No.
It's for me, it's the mass assist because nobody really puts debuffs on basics except for Bam. If you have him, well, Bo, I guess OG Bo is vulnerable if she crits.
I'll have to review the footage. I know it can definitely lose because I remember checking SWGoH and the win rate wasn't great. But it's just one of those weird abnormalities where I didn't lose with it. And I was like, therefore, this counter is perfect. It has no downsides.
I love how that's like the way like a lot of people treat this game, though. Is like it works once, it's 100% always going to work again. Fails once, it's trash, it's garbage. Why do I even play this game?
Yeah,
like it is the swing of how people treat counters in this game.
Yep, very much so.
Yeah.
When very frequently it's just like, nope, you just did one little thing wrong, and if you just change one thing, suddenly this counter works.
Traya Savage Talon has a 71% win rate versus.
It's not terrible.
Bo. See, but Jabba with Embo as the 5th has a 95% win rate, and I have lost twice this season versus that.
God.
Wow. I time out. I just can't kill him fast enough.
Yeah.
They like with Bo Katan, like OG Bo there, they just seem to recover everything, and then I can't get the threats out in time.
Yeah. They keep ramping up that defense, don't they?
Yeah.
It's a real pain. It's a real pain.
So
I'm glad I don't face it very often, I'll be honest. So.
Yeah. But like that's the thing that sucks. If you lose Bausch to that, like, or if you lose Jabba to that, then cleanup gets nasty. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, now I'm blowing a lot of teams to deal with this, and I still have Rey and Traya and Reva on defense to deal with in the front wall. You're like, oh just shit.
Yeah. Rat
row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I am happy about, though, this is going back to releases now rather than GAC. We'll jump back to GAC in a moment. Is that now that Jar Jar and his stuff is in the game, I was able to go onto SWGoH and make sure I've got all the gear for him. So, like, yay, I have the gear. Well, actually, I need a couple more pieces of...
I've got
stun guns of all things. but I can
do
also
you now?
plug in.
Good to know, Karth. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Like everybody was surprised, but I got to plug in Stap as well because I still need to gear Stap. So that farm is still killing me in my soul.
Peasants.
But peasants.
I finally got him to 6 stars,
Nice.
and I've had him at gear 11 for a while, but I finally got him to 6 stars. We're at 10 out of 100. Dear God, that farm is taking forever.
Yep.
The amount of 0 out of 7s that I keep getting is 0 out of 8. It's
I think we're about the same, Wolfie. Hang on, let me check. I'm at 20 out of 100. So yeah, you're getting screwed recently.
You have twice as many shards as me.
Yep, exactly.
My alt is 1,000% waiting until we get confirmed that he is going to be required for the raid, even though it's guaranteed he will be.
Yeah,
they already said he's going to have different artwork for for the Naboo sort of thing.
Well, that's the assumption that he'll be part of the raid, but maybe they do.
I guess he could be an enemy.
Yeah. Either way,
he must be. I can't see them not putting him in there.
They will be, but I refuse to give up my seal data farm right now on my alternate account. I'm like, nope, sorry. At the worst of it, I will shipment farm him, but I'm not giving up the single data. I got to get 600 of each just to get the Gungans online for Jar Jar.
I'm like, I've been very tempted to pause the stat farm to just be like, I could just get some signal data, but I know that no matter what, I'll always feel like I need signal data. So I'm just like, no, just grin through it, grin and bear it for the stat farm. Just finish it. It's it should theoretically be done in a week or 8 days or something like that. Unless I get Wolfie levels of bad RNG. But, so I'll be done in 8 days. Wolfie will be done in 15.
Yeah. I'll see you in June, right?
Yeah. Is she pretty?
Oof.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
That's a whole extra 3 weeks of farm time. The drop rate's not that bad.
I'm joking, but it's not great.
No, it's not terrible. I think I've got enough signal data to get Jar Jar to at least Relic 5, I think. But obviously I want to take the whole team to R8, so. How about you guys?
That's the killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the killer in back.
And as we're saying in chat, they're not a bad PvP team from what we've seen.
No, they're pretty good.
No, once we get Jar Jar in there, they're gonna be a nightmare to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Jar Jar's gonna be a pre-taunt, which is something the team desperately needs, but it's a pre-taunt that can't be dispelled.
Yeah,
the Death Mark taunt is the funniest.
It's so funny, man.
But it's a locked. Isn't it locked?
Oh,
it's a locked Death Mark.
My
you
God.
can't even
until he takes damage. Until he takes damage, and
with,
he has
with his
1,000% evasion.
Yeah.
So the frustration is aptly named, I think.
Yeah,
it's what do you mean you're taunting and I can't hit you unless I hit you with an unavailable attack, and then you're blinding yourself, you're missing me, but then you're calling all of your allies to assist. You're an asshole.
I can't
Jar Jar.
wait to see what the freaking Datacron's gonna be on that.
Oh,
one.
mate!
I'm looking at Jar Jar and the team already. I'm like, this is gonna be nutty. And they're like, oh yeah, but let's make it worse for 4 months.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be something around increasing the odds of his random stuff happening to be 50%.
Add 100% protection to everybody.
And Jar Jar gets a bonus turn at the start of the battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they missed it in his kit, and I really, really hope that they can do it in his Datacron. Have some way for Jar Jar to get all these great benefits. But also debuff his allies, something to throw out some debuffs over there just to, that's the one thing he's missing. Sure, don't damage his allies, that's fine, but debuff his allies, put a blind, put a daze, put a something on his allies, a confuse, whatever. I think that he needs a way to debuff his allies. That's the one big thing that they missed. And Datacron, that's the way to make it happen.
It'd have to be...
I'm petitioning CG.
I mean, the way, if you look at Bo-Katan's Datacron as well. I was just thinking about, would it be too overpowered for us to up the percentile chance of his special effects happening? And I was like, you think about the Bo-Katan Cron. She has a bonus turn at the start. She strips all the protection off one character, and if she ever basics a character with no protection, she insta-kills them and takes a bonus turn.
And in Grand Arena, she ignores taunt with the
exactly with the army. So it's like realistically, you could probably just change that Jar Jar random chance to 100%, and it would be fine. Like that's on par with the bow Datacron. All of a sudden, it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to basic every turn with Jar Jar.
Well, the bow Datacron's power scales equally to the Omicron investment too, though, because if you don't have it, then it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, if you don't have that taunt ignore, like we were saying, then yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't. Like First Lord Vader, it never mattered because just like, well, if it's Reva here or Royal Guard, I'll just one tap them until they're gone, and then I'll just one tap everybody who's not stealth. It's
really funny when you do that on Reva. It's like, boom, oh you're back, boom, oh you're back, boom, oh you're back. It's like, yeah, bye, you are not surviving. I'm sorry, honey.
Because like the insta-yeet animation happens and they disappear before you even get over there, so it's like, I slashed the empty air where you once were. Yeah.
It's,
you know what's funny?
The order of operations is they die and then they get hit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, the funny part is though is the different interactions, because you can instantly defeat one of the side characters of like JMK, and it won't proc his savior.
Yeah, it's got to go do 1% thing, right?
But it will proc the savior for Talon.
Oh, really?
Well, because they're different. Isn't JMK's is a 1%, right? And then Talon's is different.
Is Talon's an actual defeat? Is it?
I think Talon's would be defeated, and JMK's I think is a 1%. I could be talking out my ass,
but that would make sense.
I believe they're different.
Yeah.
I have to look.
Yeah, I gotta double. Yeah, first time each. Yeah, so JMK's is 1%. Dispel all debuffs and on themselves, whatever. So it would skip the 1% threshold. So that makes sense for JMK. I gotta double check the Talon one though, because I think the Talon one was the defeated one.
Let's see. The first time they would be defeated.
Talon, so it makes sense. Yeah,
it makes sense. Mechanically, it checks out. You're right.
Looks good to me.
They get really screwy with how they have those things worded, and just like the little differences, and it's really gotta pay attention to the little shit over there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because a lot of the savior mechanics are based off of being reduced to 1% health. Like Jedi Knight Ravens is the same way too. So
yeah, his is the same way.
Yeah.
So actually, it says defeated.
No, his is 1%. I just read it.
Oh, Jim.
How
JKR,
dare you just read it?
JKR, yeah. The first time another Jedi ally would be reduced to 1% health. If Revan is active, they recover 100% health and protection.
Okay.
And take a bonus turn and a few other things.
Okay. So yeah, that would definitely checks out.
Yeah.
Fair. So many freaking mechanics at this point in the game, man. Holy crap.
We just need to keep on learning stuff. I'm pretty sure it's like we learn new stuff and then we push old forgotten knowledge out of the back of our heads. And at one point we'll be like, oh, I forgot that hand takes a bonus turn at the start of battle.
Yeah.
Is that how his kit works?
There are some kits that that's where they spike up and being useful again, is their kits are so simplistic that they synergize well with the whole textbook we get for character mechanics. I'm actually gonna depending on what Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan bring to the game, I'll be really interested to see what basic ass vanilla characters from the GR faction will slot in there fantastically.
There's going to be some random stuff in there, I'm sure.
Because it's going to be Kit Fisto and Ayla Secura all of a sudden going to be just dominating the meta with Queen Amidala lead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's if an enemy gets stunned, Master Qui-Gon takes a bonus turn.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
If a Galactic Republic Jedi ally stuns a character on a basic, Qui-Gon Jinn takes a bonus turn.
Yeah, there you go. Anytime an enemy is stunned, all allies gain 25% turn meter.
And recover 50% protection.
And then have one of the uniques be whenever a GR ally uses a special ability they call the weakest ally to assist, and you just mod it so that Ayla is the weekest.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh my days. Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's squishy.
She's super squishy.
So, Tren in the chat, if you want to ask some questions, dude, I'd recommend you heading over to the Discord channel. We've got a channel in there for questions for Tribe Talks. Throw it in there and we'll answer it towards the end of the show. But absolutely, buddy. And you're welcome, Oliver. I put out a video on Datacron farming earlier today. And Karth learned so much because he's a bit of a novice when it comes to Datacrons. Doesn't really know how they work or how to farm them.
I don't feel like any of that video was influenced by conversations that we've had in the past at all.
No, not even a little bit. Not even that.
No.
My idea of how Karth sees Datacron farming is he just kind of throws his credit card at the phone, just like, "Get me Datacrons, damn it!"
That's definitely how it feels on the first go of a new Datacron set, because it's like I'm going through 1,000 crystals a day on refreshes.
God damn, that's expensive.
Which is that goes way beyond most people's appetite. That's until Conquest is finished, though. Then when Conquest finishes, it drops down to 6. But I need to have the ability to get like 6 refreshes on Datacron nodes a day during that time, and then you need 3 refreshes for just trying to keep up on the feats. But the one that does get a little whaley is the
rerolls for the level 9
the
or
reroll
7, 8, 9.
mats, yeah, the reroll mats.
Yeah,
because I'll usually buy somewhere between 5 to 10 pulls of that pack, depending on what I get.
Fair.
And depending on what I roll naturally, because this one I didn't have nearly as bad of need for it. I think only got 5 because I got a lot of my stuff on the first, like the level 9s came in quite naturally, and then the 8 and the 7 and 8s came fairly close to what I wanted, so I didn't have to reroll many of them to perfect it. Like
hard life. It's a real hard life at the top of that.
Yeah, when I did my Jedi Knight Calcron for the JML team, it rolled 4 out of the 5 stats out the rip, or 4 out of the 6 rolled protection.
Wow.
So it was like,
that's huge.
All I had to do was change, I think one at the bottom was either health steal or offense. I had to change back to protection, and then I changed a level 6 to be the 100% damage or offense, full health, and then I had like a level 1 or 2 to reroll, and then it was done.
Yeah. I not long ago actually re-rolled the last 2 because I had a protection cron which had 94% or something like that, and it had 1 roll that wasn't protection. It might have been lower than that. So I eventually re-rolled that one just because it was irritating me to look at it. It was like 92% protection and 16% crit chance or something stupid like that. And I re-rolled it and it's now like 98.9% or something. And I'm like, yay, it's still not as good as Karth's, but I'll take it.
I mean, but you're talking
take
about a 6% difference. Like at that junction, you've hurdled majority of the way there.
It's a PP contest, Karth. I mean,
I know. Well, my alt, like out of the random blue, I rolled up a Jedi Cron and it literally hit like the last 4 all hit protection on its own.
Nice.
And so I'm like, well, that's new for this account, because this account usually doesn't get God roll Datacron shenaniganry, and it's just like now I have one, and I'm like, oh.
Nice.
So nice of the game to be rewarding every once in a while. What is the full protection? 95 and almost 96% protection.
Back in one moment. One sec.
All right. Yeah, I rerolled a couple of them for I think I'm at 102.9, something like that. Basically, JML just shits out damage. It's amazing. It's truly a beautiful thing. Absolutely awesome. I threw it with the revive, or the anti-revive one for that one, because I figure if I'm using it with JML, maybe I'm taking out Ray, maybe I'm taking out something else around to prevent the revives. It's come in handy. It has really come in handy. Because honestly, I used him. What did I use him against? Against the BAM team. It was a BAM team with Vandor and everything on there. So it was like, okay, let me just delete some fools over here. Just go one shot, and call it a day. There's a lot of really good Jedi Crons out there this set. This is it's a good set.
Well, that level 6 is just bananas. The 100% offense at full health, because it's just like it is.
I have those ones on separate ones, but yeah.
Really, but just in general though, because it makes so many teams such a bigger threat. You're just like JMK starts hitting like an absolute truck. Yeah. Snips is assisting all the time. It's just shredding team. Like you're like. Her assist is like 80 to 90k. You're like, oh god, this is too much, and then you throw it on Gas, and Gas just goes, oh, well, I just kill everybody, right? Like that's what we're doing here. Like, I guess, yeah, that's what we're doing now.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So it's a lot of fun. Also, the like the Jedi recover protection one, gas just doesn't sit down.
Yeah.
Did you get that recover protection against certain teams?
Oh yeah.
It's
It's
what's
That's been really nutty with JMK too on defense, because JMK, if you're like bringing JML and you're calling certain people,
yeah,
like the health recovery screws you so bad because you're like, oh, I've almost got that carrot, and they're back to full health. Son of a.
Oh yeah, that
It
is for sure. There's a couple really fun ones out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, JML, like I said, been a lot of fun. Rolled just below 103% for that protection, and
Nice.
dear God, does he just delete fools?
Yeah.
But yeah, JMK actually does damage. What's the other good level 6? There was another fun one. Oh no, there was one that screwed the Sith. When I remember. So I had taken gas against a Malgus one time, and they had the Sith can ignore taunt to attack debuffed people.
Yeah.
So they did. So they ignored gas and they hammered away on Rex for a while, and it was
And you're
just
like, yep,
okay.
crack on, buddy.
Yep.
My Malgus
Carry
con
on.
is the whenever they inflict more than 5 debuffs, they recover 50% protection.
Yeah.
It's just like that happens like in a blink of an eye on that team with DR and Basti. So it's like, oh, you thought they were going, like, once doubt goes away, that Kron is going to make Malgus an absolute menace on defense, because it's like, oh, I was able to delete, with Cal against that, but now I can't kill anybody else because they just heal more than I can do damage.
With all that extra defense and all that, all that protection that they have, it's that's going to be annoying. A little bit frustrating, I would call that. Just a
Of course, next set we'll have Gungans, and maybe Gungans will just go and instant delete Darth Malgus and be like, "Who's gonna die now, Okie Day?"
Who do we think we're also getting with that then?
Well, I was thinking GR, and then I realized how wrong that was, because it'll come out on Padme's last conquest, so I don't think that would be accurate for her to have it beforehand.
Because we've got a month before Padme drops. There's not going to be a new Datacron in a month, is there?
Yeah, there is. Her last conquest is when we start farming the next set. At the end of season 5 of the season of this.
But what I mean is we're going to have Padme for like 2 months before a new Datacron set comes again, or 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be using the next conquest. Like that 2 weeks is going to be finishing off her farm, and that is getting that next set. So yeah, that 2 months. After that 2 months.
Yeah, but we'll have Jedi support, and a large portion of her team is going to be Jedi. It just depends on what Thrawn set. She'll actually probably want a Jedi Kron with a lot of max health.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, those hots and pots, man, they're going to be brutal.
Yeah. It's hots and pots, baby. Pots and pans. Yeah, so it just kind of confuses me, because I was thinking like you, first of all. I was like, oh, of course, it's just going to be a Queen Amidala Kron. And I was like, no, wait, that timing doesn't work out quite right.
Yeah, no.
So it also probably means, we'll by that time, we'll definitely have Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Kenobi in the game. So they'll probably also have a level 9 each. But undoubtedly, one of those 3 is going to be far better than any of the others.
And watch, it won't be Padme.
Yeah, it's not going to be creamy.
Like the Leia Kron. It's like, oh, you got a Leia Kron. Cool. Well, the Drogon Kron's what you want. So get rid of that. It's trash. I mean, in 3v3, you could kind of get a reason to split them, depending on what you had available. But 5v5, it was Drogon with Leia all day, every day.
And it's funny as well, because it's not going to be separatists either, because we've just had separatists.
Yep.
It's not going to be Jedi, because we've got Jedi.
I think we're going to go. I'm actually kind of in line with a lot of people that have been saying First Order. It's been since set 5 that we've had First Order, so it's almost
been a while,
almost 10 sets ago.
Yeah.
And the last real slacker support we had was 4 sets ago with the Ufu set.
Yeah.
So
I'll take a First Order set. Why not?
Listen, I'll take any set that doesn't have doubt. Okay.
I'll take any set that doesn't help Lord Vader. Oh, wait a minute. Every set helps Lord Vader.
Happen. Yeah. That's every set.
It just does.
As,
It's funny
listen,
how that works out.
as long as dodge just as long as dodge just ceases to exist, I will be okay. Deflection was annoying but tolerable. Dodge is just gonna no.
Literally,
Don't.
as you said that, someone in chat goes, "Let's get dodge, please."
Yep.
Yeah.
As you're saying that.
How about you just go find the nearest cliff
man.
and take a header? Okay. I don't care if there's a body or water or anything or not. It's up to you.
Bullet dodged right there. Yeah, it's just I hope like we had accuracy in this set, and last time we had the set before last we had special accuracy going into deflection, or it might have been accuracy into deflection, can't remember. But
I think it was flat accuracy.
It was both.
it was flat accuracy.
Was it both?
Was it both? I thought it was both. It was like targeted special and physical accuracy.
I can't recall. I remember there was definitely some form of accuracy that was then preceded by deflection. So I'm hoping just because we see accuracy now does not mean we're seeing dodge in the next set. It does not. It doesn't. All right.
No, I just found it interesting that they doubled down on the special damage mechanics, because we had in the last set we had resistance and deflection.
Yeah.
It's like what's the point again? Like I'm confused.
What's my name again? Where's my name again? Yeah. So what else have we got? Yeah, there was a bunch of new Lightspeed bundles. How about we talk about Lightspeed bundles coming to the game in a couple of days?
You mean Scribes buys the Ewok pack?
Look, that's not happening because we haven't hit 10,000 views on that stupid short.
How far are we away?
I don't know. I think we're about 6,000-ish. Let me have a look.
Let me go pull up YouTube and make sure I got this on loop while we're streaming.
Is that on loop forever? I like. It's a little bit depressing and a little bit impressive that it's on 6,174 according to my metrics. That short, which has got, I don't say a single word in that short. It's got, some of the most views for the time it's been up of any short I've ever done, and the most like ratio as well, and the most comments. And it's just a stupid, pointless short that's got nothing to do with SWGoH. It's just embarrassing. I'm kind of impressed that the tribe has managed to do that.
Well, we kicked it up far enough though, because like it's only been a couple of days, right? You put it up Thursday or Friday, right?
Friday, I think, because that's when the WD-40 arrived. Thank you, Daisy.
So literally, just because we had a few people willing to put it on loop for a little bit, it got enough traction to start spreading like wildfire. And I'm just like, if this goes actually viral, I am gonna laugh my ass off.
Yeah, I think it's too late for it to go viral. If it was, it would have exploded by now.
Don't test the internet there.
Don't test the internet. Yeah, I just find that statement is not one I ever would have thought. It's yeah, we put up that video on Friday because that's when the WD-40 came. Right.
Just so nonchalant. Oh yeah, just so matter of factly. Just that's when the WD-40 came. Yeah, obviously that's when we put the video up.
The builder, can he fix it?
Nope, I can certainly grease it though. So.
Hey. If it works in the bedroom, it works in life, right?
Those are the rules. I don't make them, I just abide by them.
There you go.
There you go. Death Helm has just looked at it. God damn it, Death Helm.
Good.
Yeah, it's playing in the background for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna add 100 views while we do this.
Well, I mean, it's only like a 25-second short, so yeah, that could easily happen. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Lightspeed bundles. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
Not Ewoks.
I actually might get the Ewok one.
Oh god damn it, Wolf! Undermining my statement here.
Why not? I got nothing else to freaking go for at this point. Come on.
The only part that sucks about the entirety of it is just that it's at the tail end of the Mandalore raid.
And it's not R5. If it was R5, I would probably be tempted.
Well, I mean, we already have the ones that are, I guess, except who's the one who's good in the raid who's not on that list?
Chief Chirper and Ewok Elder are the best ones, I think. for this raid.
We have
No.
Nisa, we have Chirpa, and we have Wicket already from the Leia grinds. We don't have Lagre, Paplu, Elder, Scout, or Tebow from the Leia grind.
Scout's still the one
says
not
everyone-
in the pack.
Yeah, Scout and Nisa are not in the pack. So
How
it's
did I
Lagre,
not
Paplu, Elder,
miss
and
that?
Tebow.
Why didn't they put Scout in the pack? Did they just forget?
I have
Oh.
no idea.
I'm
I think
gonna-
it's because he's
I'm gonna
so
ask Meathead.
useless that they
I'm gonna
do.
be like, "Oh, Meathead, why is Scout not in the pack?"
To be honest, though, it's like it's still not a bad thing if you just want to like be a completionist, because it's saving you like hundreds of Chirotech that you'll have to spend and Gear 12 pieces that you can now convert to relics. Like, it's not like I would say like the worst thing in the world to have present, but at the same time, it's just like it's.
Oh yeah,
just
nobody's gonna use him.
Poorly timed. If it had come like 4 months ago, I think way more people would have bought it.
Which is actually, when I theorized that pack was coming.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, they're going to bring out an Ewok pack because of the raid. It'll sell like hotcakes. And then they did.
Yeah, Tebow and Logray are really good evasion mastery characters to have. So, for the raid specifically.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you were talking about outside of the raid. I was like,
No.
hold on, Garth.
Sorry, no, raid specifically.
Talking about Ewoks and really good to have and stuff like this, that doesn't mesh.
I mean,
That's the thing. There's no way I'm bringing Tebow up higher than Relic 3, though. So he's not going to serve me at all for the raid, because I already have, higher than Relic 3 teams.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure. But you're not going to be the demographic that targets that. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to need that little boost.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And you have to get them all to Relic 3. That's a pretty good boost for a little bit.
I mean, if you don't have to spend any of the Gear 12 plus pieces and the Kairos, like, the value is insane. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, 8 characters to Relic 3 that you don't have at Relics yet, huge win.
Yeah, no,
win.
it's really good value. It's really good value. It's just 8 characters that you're not going to use anyway. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Well,
if there's a Datacron, man, the last time
I
we had a Datacron, it
suppose.
wasn't terrible.
Right? We've cracked the code, guys. It's going to be Gungans, Ewoks, and Jawas.
Oh god, dude, we just had Jawas like not that long ago. They were part of the Africron.
Did we? Oh, okay, then definitely not Jawas. First Order can go there then.
I don't know.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. Pay attention.
First Order would be one. Bounty Hunters could be another. There's a couple things they could choose. I don't know how thematic they want to be to Episode 1. But yeah, there's a few things they could choose that haven't been in the spotlight in a while. We just had Scoundrels. They could definitely do Smuggler. They could definitely do Bounty Hunter.
We're not getting Tuskens again.
Wookiees.
No, absolutely not.
We just had Tuskens, didn't we? They were part of the Jawacron too. Yeah.
I'm not having Tuskens again. I will uninstall the game if it's Tuskens again.
No, you won't.
I will. I'll just reinstall it right back after.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I didn't say I'd keep it uninstalled. That'd be crazy, Garth.
He'll
Don't be unreasonable.
On his phone. He'll uninstall on his phone. It's still on BlueStacks. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon the PC client.
Hey.
Yeah, well, they put all the markers in the game for it, so...
Yeah, and I'm pretty certain that's why we had those weird UI updates.
Well, did you notice the UI updates for TW that they put in?
No.
They changed the orientation of the chat box that you scroll through, and then depending on
I don't
where you're at, it won't tell you who's engaged in battle anymore. It just has brackets.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I thought that was just a bug. Well, I mean, it is a bug, but
it's just part of that change.
Yeah, I was like, look, open bracket, close bracket is in battle. And look at that other one. Open bracket, close bracket is also in battle with another team.
I spent way too long looking to see if someone had changed their name before I realized that it was just the way it was.
Yeah. I would take an Old Republic Cron. That would be cool. Give me Old Republic. And make it for, like, mission. I want a mission level 9.
Mission, Zalbar, Karth would be all good.
Oh,
options.
yeah. Karth, mission, and T3. They can... Actually, I think T3's had one recently. But it was terrible.
He had one with when the droids were a thing.
Canderous does not need anything. You give Canderous a DC, and all of a sudden, Mandalorians become terrifying.
Give Canderous a DC that functions like they do in Conquest.
Right, yeah, he just
when it hits
doubles
it
his
hits
TM
one-
generation.
Well, like quadruples because he hits not just the one target, but it splashes to all 5.
Mm-hmm. And
So
he just
it's like-
gains absurd amounts of TM.
Yeah, he loops almost indefinitely.
Yeah, it's like, don't let him take a turn.
Think of having to use JMK to beat an OR team.
Yeah.
It stops turn meter, guys. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
We cracked the code.
That or you'd be using things like Afra to get in front of him or potentially Iden, but I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go because like I don't really want to see Ufu's back in the spotlight again because I'd rather be like first order specifically and not just Ufu.
It would be cool
But-
to revisit old stuff. Yeah, give me a first order Kron. That would be cool. I've got first order now, so I'm allowed to have it. It's fun.
Yeah,
I'll allow it. I'll
Now that I
allow
will
it.
benefit from it, please give me a first order cron. Yes.
Well, I
would
think
love
it's
that.
more that I won't get impacted by it. You know, I won't be hurt by its presence because I don't have them. You know, that's the main thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh well, hey, it hasn't been that long since we had Night Sisters because that was with
come
Nisa.
You can't throw. Actually, the pack's coming out soon, so.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking about. Is what coincides with the Lightspeed bundle that they could double dip on for the next set.
I'll take a Night Sister pack. I can't wait to buy that.
Like
Lightspeed.
90% of it is
Oh my God.
Separatists. Like 90% of the Lightspeed bundles are Separatist related, which is an active Datacron set.
Yep.
So it's like it can't be them. We already have Sith active right now. We could go back to Wookiee. We could do either Smuggler or Bounty
Wookiees.
Hunter. We just had Rebel Fighter. Maybe I don't think they would do Rogue One because they
no,
had too
it
many
feels these
Rebel
last ones have
characters.
been pretty light side focused.
Well, yeah, because the set 13, which is the bow set, that had 2 light side and 1 dark side because it was all Empire
Yeah,
on the dark side. And then
obviously.
set 14 was
Stands to reason.
Jedi.
Mhm.
Jedi Resistance, and then Separatist and Sith. So I don't know. I could see them going back to it was Mandalorian and Rebel Fighters on the previous one. Okay.
Gotcha.
We went from Imperial Trooper to Empire, so that's not gonna.
Yeah, that's such a big jump, isn't it? It's like, well,
Yeah.
before you used to have this Kron that would convert 400% of your offense to 400%. Sorry, it adds 400% additional offense to your defense. You lose some defense for your Imperial troopers, but in this next set, you get the exact same thing, but for Empire.
For everybody.
I mean, it's a totally
clever.
different thing, guys. It's totally different.
Clever.
So I could see potentially Night Sisters coming back around. I could see Wookiees. I could see Smugglers. I think they'll save GR definitely for when Padme
they
releases.
have to. Yeah.
We could go back to First Order. We could do Droid. I don't think we'll do Clone Troopers. We had that recently. We could do Bounty Hunters specifically. They got a few options of things that haven't been in the limelight for a minute. I mean, hell, as long as it's not stuff that like directly lifts. Like I would love to actually had the Phasmacron back. I miss that. I
didn't remember that one.
Oh, it was basically made
Phasmacron
her.
wasn't bad.
It made her like loop indefinitely. They gained weight like a ton of turn meter. So it's like once she took her first turn, they basically didn't stop.
The TW Omicron was like cheating.
It was like you could take that on offense versus almost every GL besides like JMK and just mow it into the floor with not even good first order. Like take the B team first order and Phasma just goes to victory.
Like you don't need good mods. Like literally just
Phasma
just rolls
Phasma
things.
needed to break like 300 speed and that was it.
And that's very easy
But that was
to do.
like with her bonus speed, right? She got extra bonus speed, but it was stupid.
Yeah. If you broke
It was the
300, her Omicron added another 100 on top of that, and then the Datacron added some stuff on top of that too. So she was like 500 speed. So it's like
Nice.
Basically, like LV, she could, once she got the cleanse, she could basically just roll through Lord Vader and he'd never take a turn
Oh, didn't
again.
they gain turn meter for getting advantage at the
Yeah.
start of battle?
Yeah,
that's what
happened, yeah.
The turn meter boost.
That sounds familiar to me. Yeah.
Well, it was
That's
it was that whenever a first order ally gained advantage, all first order allies gained turn meter, and so all 5 allies gained advantage at the beginning under Phasma lead, and then they just, I mean, it was nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun. I actually missed that cron, to be honest with you, because it was fun. I like when, like, even like the Saw cron right now, as annoying as it is, I like it when podunk teams have just absurd viability.
Well,
because
man, the Saw I gotta push back because it's Saw. Yes, it's Chirrut and Baze. It's old ass shit characters, but it's Saw is what makes them good.
Yeah.
If it was Wedge Lead, it'd be shit.
Oh yeah, well, because you don't have the Saw Omicron is such a pain in the butt because it goes, I throw my trap, I immediately get a bonus turn, I immediately get unresistible TMR onto your team and strip all your buffs. Good luck.
Yep. And I still don't have it. My Saw is still Gear 12. My Chirrut and Baze are still like hyperdrive bundle situation.
At this point, you're not even missing out.
No, that set's about
2 weeks
dust.
2
so
weeks
I'm just
left
like,
in the season, so it's like,
yeah.
And we've got too much coming up anyway. So like Raid on the horizon, we've got new Queen Amidala and Ben, and we got Master Qui-Gon and Jar Jar.
Still fighting that urge to put Holdo to R9. Still fighting that.
She's a tank. She's a pilot.
Well, it's not even that, man. It's like her Datacron. The higher you take her, the more things you can beat with Holdocron.
Yeah.
Like it's just ridiculous. Like because even at R7, like I have 100,000 health, and the Datacron doubles it to 200,000. And whenever somebody loses foresight, I gain 100% bonus protection.
Yep. She becomes an absolute nightmare. Like you can't chew through that bonus protection.
R9ing her gives her like another like 40k health for how I currently have her modded.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
I'm like, yeah,
And
like
I'm like,
I have been fighting it because
do it now, Karth.
No. The only reason why I haven't done it is
Come on.
Well, short answer is because it doesn't improve her fleet situation. So if it made her fleet do more things, I would have already done it yesterday, and I've also would have done Poe to R9 too, because he's also a resistance tank.
He is.
I was tempted.
Just do it, Karth. I mean, just do it.
No, because I don't have enough of the Relic 8 mats to just spare. I got too many things on the horizon that I'm worried about.
Yeah. There's so much coming.
I would rather be able to have all 5 teams for the raid be R8 day 1 than I would having an R9 holdo.
Well, I mean, you have to have that, Karth, because we're going to have to do like 24 hours of testing as soon as the raid goes live.
Naturally.
Just like test all of the stuff and things.
Yeah, I'll get 2 days to test the access mission to... No, because you're only going to do it once. What am I thinking? I'm an idiot.
The unlock mission for Mandalore you're talking about.
Yeah, we can run that live.
I mean, we can surreptitiously slide into talking about Mandalore now, if you like. I mean, that was a good segue.
Well, hey, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good to see what's going on there. There has been some initial testing thanks to Barbarossa's ability to pull that open. And we have kind of an idea of what to do. I think after the first one, it'll be pretty well hammered. Oh yeah, it looks like an absolute normal crate dragon run after like the second time it burrows.
Yeah, and you've got 3 characters.
Yeah, you got 3 characters, and it is a race to see who dies first.
Yeah,
that is 100%. Yeah,
and it looks like Grogu is one of your is the best third, but that's still kind of butt clenching because that's like, you could lose 2 of your characters, and IG-12 and Grogu is just going to be like, all right, I'm done, bye. And that's the end of the run. So you got to hope that Crate doesn't pick him.
The one advantage is that you can at least DI off of it, so it helps you like sustain. And I think that's the reason why he works as the best third.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm a little upset that they didn't just give us a team of 5. Like, why make it so difficult to get access to a planet that's so not worth the
incoming
the juice is not worth the squeeze
TB
on that
Omicron for BAM.
You mean you don't want to Relic 9 all of your light side Mandos to do a combat mission?
We have to talk about that. R9 requirement. From what we see as well, from what we know, it's just a combat mission as well. R9 for a combat mission. No,
we know it's
rewards.
100% a combat mission. It just happens to reward about 3 times as much as a normal combat mission for the planet, similar to how to the Jedi Cal mission on Zepho.
I don't care if it gives all of goddamn TP. I'm not Relic 9ing a full Mando team for that.
No, I'm with you, 100%. 100%. I've got
sit on the naughty steps, EG.
I want. Well, I don't understand the whole thought process behind it and the other thing I'm curious about is where they put Dark Trooper Moff Gideon as the required unit. If he's required as the leader for his CM, that means you have to take up Imperial Remnant. You can't just get an Empire team at R8 and put it together.
He's bound to be the leader.
Bound to, but it doesn't explicitly state that so far, so I don't know.
No. The only time I've seen that, I think, where it's required unit, that named required unit that isn't in the lead, was Arc Trooper for the Cam mission.
Yeah, and they eventually got rid of Arc Trooper as a requirement.
He doesn't have a lead, but I would say Arc Trooper doesn't even have a lead, so I mean, that would.
Could you imagine if it locked you in Arc Trooper lead?
I mean,
so mean.
That wouldn't. I'm trying to think. Well, they lock you in as cam lead for phase 4.
Yeah.
As the middle mission for the cam.
So it has happened.
So it's not really. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like that's not even out of the realm possibilities for them to do. Like I could totally see them doing that.
Oh yeah, no,
done that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm agreeing with that.
Oh
it's just, if they do that, it limits what you can take because he needs Imperial Remnant. So it's like, oh yeah, well it's just 4 other R8s. I'm like, yeah, but they need to be Imperial Remnant. So
that being said, though, it's not a bad faction to relegate.
No, but it's just late to the game because, well, Storm, Death, Moff Gideon, and Scout are all needed in the current raid. They are not a bad R8 to have to do by any measure. So it's not that big of a deal on that front. It's just the fact that it's like it limits the pool. So people who don't want to invest more into the Endor raid, they now
understandably so at this point.
Yeah, they now have to kind of by proxy do that just to be able to do the CM instead of just being able to take their R8 Empire characters. Because like you're already going to have, you know, like you could do like Lord Vader lead at that point, and then do Moff Gideon, and then throw in some Inquisition and Maul, and then most of those characters you're probably gonna have to R8 anyways, right?
Is that Is that a 5-man team or is that a 3 like the other one?
It's a 5. The only 3-man team that they have is the Unlocked 2 Mandalore.
Okay.
That's
just that great mission.
Yeah, just a great mission.
Jack did mention as well. Fennec in the mixed zone is a required unit that's not lead. So there's definitely precedent for it to happen. Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
There's the Kira. So there's the phase 5 mission in the middle where it's Kira and L3.
Yeah.
But you can use dash lead for that one.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's a few of them. But we'll have to see what they end up doing.
Yeah.
We shall see.
How big of a dick do they want to be about Mandalore? And the thing is, too, the sad part is that the rewards are kind of like, meh.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not bad. Like
they're not bad rewards.
Like 100 Cairo of 50 of each is still that's $20 worth of value.
It's nice rewards
on that planet. It's 450 get. That's like 20 attenuators.
That's something.
You know, it's not like it's bad. It's just like in our guild, what we're planning on right now is to get to the second box and stop. Like we're not looking to try to 3-star it because you need like 180,000, I want to say, to get from 2 stars to 3. And I'm like, but that requires you to either max out the fleet CM, the ground CM, and do a portion of the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon CMs, or everyone has to R9 their Mandalorians to do the Mandalorian CM. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that, because there's just so many planets in Phase 4 that we're doing all at the same time. It's just like
there is that as well,
and it has like, because Zepho only has like 286 million GP as the cap for it as a Phase 3 planet, which is like still pretty low for Phase 3. But Mandalore has almost the same GP requirements as the other Phase 4 planets, except for Lothal.
Right.
Lothal is about 25 million more than Mandalore does. And so it's like trying to do 3 planets where you need like 1.2 billion total. It's like,
nope.
Pound all the sand.
Like, the thing that confuses me about it is I understand that CG needs to building longevity to the game.
Sure, yeah.
But to me, it just kind of sucks the excitement out of it. It's like, look, all this new stuff that you can do in a couple of years' time. Like, so it's like, okay. Like, why am I? I should be excited about unlocking this planet now.
it's like, and they're like out there going like, oh, but we give you these really good rewards for getting to Mandalore, and it's like it's a box of baby carrots. You're like, yay! I mean, it's good for me, sort of.
Yeah.
It's healthy. I can kind of enjoy it. I do like carrots, but you know.
Yeah. I wish it would have been a character unlock, or if it would have been like signal data. Something to help me get relic levels, not
huge.
Help me get characters to relics.
If it was 50 of the Mark 1 and 25 of the Mark 2 for the first box, and then 25 of the Mark 2 and 50 of the Mark 3 on the second box, and so you got basically 50 of each if you got to the first 2 boxes, I think that would have been like way more incentive for people to try. But as it goes for
if box 1 was like 100 carbonite circuit boards and box 2 was 50 bronzium wirings, I'd be happy. I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, give it to me.
That would be nice, but looks like they just sort of copied and have similar stuff as the Zepho rewards are.
Yeah, 15 more.
So for the Mandalorian planet, it would be really nice if they could do something like that, like interesting for the rewards. A Ty Cobb, anything different over that, like the spider bug evil whatever thing that you were talking about.
Definitely.
How we call that, whatever the hell we call that guy. It would be nice if they did something like that rewards, but I don't know if they're going to be adding anything more to that. They just keep on like giving us more stuff. They like to do all their releases and stuff through Conquest, which I've said that, which means that the next thing they're going to do is actually give us a character from there. So you heard me, CG, do it.
Yeah,
characters.
There has been some disturbances in the Force that would suggest there's a possibility they have a special mission planned for Mandalore. They just aren't releasing it yet. Which is like the artwork for Satine doesn't really make sense because we don't. There's
that is puzzling, isn't it?
In the game naturally, just that particular image, unless they happen to. We have a fight in the throne room at some point, which wouldn't make sense because that throne room has been glassed into the floor by the time we get to the Mandalorian era of Mandalore.
Yeah.
The other things that kind of lead some credence to that is that the for some reason the placeholder image for the Reva mission got removed.
Yeah.
And it now just shows the normal special mission icon. And so people are wondering if they didn't finish the artwork for what they wanted to, and so they just put a generic one in its place, and it overrid everything for the time being. So there is some speculation that leads to credence they might plan for a later story or a special mission on that planet that would unlock a character.
Okay.
My only counter argument to the entire thing is I don't understand how Satine would add value to the current bow team for Mandalorians. So I would
talk
be
about
curious.
she's just going to have unique GK synergy. That's all. That's all it is.
That's what this game is missing.
If her unique
Characters that synergize with General Kenobi.
I
Exactly.
don't have enough Kenobi
You know what
synergy
I need
in this
that-
game.
I need her kit to say is, Kenobi, this is your son. I so desperately want Corky to be his son, but it's just like they just
my god.
they have left that as a loose end in Clone Wars. I think because Dave Filoni's even spoken to that before, like that what he wants to do with Corky, he hasn't been
decided.
approved yet to
Oh,
to release that and like how that plays out.
Mm-hmm.
But he's hinted at it because they spend so much of Clone Wars going through Satine and Kenobi's past. It's like it's kind of weird that she has a child under her care that happens to be roughly the same age as the last time that Kenobi was on Mandalore.
It's a coincidence.
Just saying. So it's just interesting how they play it out. But I would love for that to be I actually was really hoping that was the route they were going to go, kind of with Rey, with having her be a Kenobi instead of Skywalker. But now she's a Palpatine. So
well, I think you'll find she's a Skywalker. So.
Listen. If I can just change my name at will
I'm a Skywalker.
And gain all the benefits of a lineage, I'm pretty sure I am the next in line for the throne for the Queen of England. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm going to be the next
I
monarch.
am Scribble Musk, so I stand to inherit X.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm sorry for you.
And the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of all of those goddamn stupid ads. Stupid ads. And people posting replies in comments to Twitter feeds that have got absolutely nothing to do with the tweet. Like, every one of them is going to get auto-banned.
I am going to ban the use of AI for artificially generated images.
Oh, right. Is it because it's too cursed, or?
No, it's just, I think it crosses a lot of lines that I think will just devalue the work people put out.
Conversation.
It's funny actually, because last night it was chill night. It's my night off, and I watched a film with Mrs. Scribble, which was The Creator, and that's all about AI. So that was a depressing film, man. That film is so depressing. You just watch it, it's like, oh, people keep dying. Everybody's dying. Everybody's sad. Oh, spoiler, everybody's dead. Great.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, that was a nice feel-good moment. The world has been blown up in a nuclear bomb and everybody sucks. Like, yay. So I finished the end of that film like, well, I feel like I need to go and watch something happy like the Teletubbies, because now I'm depressed.
I'm familiar.
I watched a old medieval movie like a decade ago, and it was just like laden with heavy gore, just like
nice.
You're watching guys get their clavicles just sheared by claymores all the way down like their like sternum. Ouch. And just blood and everything going all over the place. My buddy who was watching with me is not a gore, like does not like it at all. So after we watched that movie, we watched the Smurfs because he needed to cleanse his palate.
I remember when I was a teenager and used to watch a depressing film, my solution, my answer was always to watch Rush Hour afterwards. Because Rush Hour is just such a happy, funny film.
Movie. Oh my god, Rush Hour. I haven't seen that in years.
I kind of want to watch it
now. It kills me because a thing I enjoy the most about like 2000s comedy is just how they kind of leaned into the steer. Like the obvious tropes were just like, yeah, we're going to go right into it. And it's like, now it's like, you can't touch it with a 10-foot pole. And I'm like, but that's what comedy was supposed to do. Comedy was supposed to do
it differently.
Yeah, well,
you gotta comedy evolves. You gotta do it in a different way. You know, that's how it always is.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But at the same
time,
comedy
in the 50s versus comedy today, comedy evolves.
It does.
But the comedy in the 50s, I still enjoy. I'm just saying.
You're not allowed to say that, Karth. You say that on the inside voice.
I can't.
You're gonna get cancelled, Karth.
I can't. What are they going to cancel me for? Come to my job site and protest my buildings? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised, mate. I wouldn't be surprised.
Some sand. Yeah, they're going to have a hard fight with an excavator. That's all I'm going to say about that. Cross the giant trench, I dare you. Like getting on
You'll
my
fill it
site
with
is-
logs.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna be dumb. Like, but yeah, it's just dumb things like that where I'm just like I miss parts of those like the movies I grew up on. Like you could never reproduce them now.
Tropic Thunder. Let's go.
Yeah, which was it was a funny movie, and it's just like, but now like you would be just everyone would be mad about the idea of having a white guy play
things in your change one person like that and you're probably okay with that movie. Like change the whole blackface thing and you're probably okay.
Mm-hmm.
But why it's just the fact that it matters is the part that annoys me. Like it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I said, sensibilities changed. Comedy was different in the 50s than it is today.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, you just go back and watch Faulty Towers and yeah, you'll see how much comedy has changed. It's,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Go watch some of the what's
that
his
comedy's
name?
still there. You can go watch Faulty Towers whenever the hell you want.
Go watch the Germans
also
episode, and you'll be shocked. You'll
Go
be
watch some of the
absolutely
old
shocked.
Sean Connery interviews.
I'm sure there's some golden moments in there.
Sometimes you just gotta smack her.
Jesus, is that what he said?
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
100% says that. And like the thing is though, this was like not as long ago as you'd like to think.
Okay, yeah.
Not surprising.
No.
It was the best part is like the report, like the girl interviewing him was like, "You did not just say that." He's like, No, I 100%. I said it, and I'm sticking with it. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he was definitely probably past the point where he gave any fucks at that point. It's just like,
what were you gonna do?
Yeah, zero fucks.
He made his money.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to Sean Connery? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
really gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, my
So,
days.
anyways,
Mandalore.
We're talking about Mandalore. Yeah.
Don't know how we got onto Sean Connery, but here we go. That's the wonder of Tribe Talks, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping. I'd be very happy if they do have something that is a character unlock. That would be great.
There is a special mission there at some point that offers more for the planet, because right now the planet seems absolutely not worth the investment. Like,
yeah,
I can't recommend R9ing Mandalorians for a combat mission. Like, not even really worth it. So unless they're, which I mean, and the thing is though, this is the part that really rubs me the wrong way. It's like, unless they convert that mission into a special mission, like you still need whatever characters are required for the special mission.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do? Dark side Mandos? We take Maul Mandos, and we go get Satine.
Hey!
Like,
I mean, I've already got Gar at Relic 9. I'm down. Let's do this.
I mean,
there we go.
I have him at 9. ISC at 8.
I will happily take ISC to 9 as well. Let's just do it.
I won't complain about it, but I'm just saying, like, it just sucks because, like, the investment to just get the CM won't really translate if they add a special mission there.
Yep.
And so it's like, what is the point of half of this stuff? But I honestly am I am just a little upset by the fact that we have gone a year and a half and we're not added a second character to TB yet. Like, I think that's what drives a lot of vigor into TB, is that because it's not the rewards. And we've talked about this, I think, every damn Tribe Talks for the last like 10 episodes. TB rewards for investment are kind of shite. But you know, they need to ask them that kind of
sometimes they're non-existent.
Renews interest.
Sorry. Had to. I said sometimes they're non-existent.
Yeah. Sometimes they take the snail mail approach to being delivered.
We'll get them soon.
Reminds me of a package I bought for work the other week. It's like, it was a $200 package that if I wanted 2-day delivery, I was gonna have to pay $200 in shipping, or I get whenever it gets there for free, and it took 2 weeks. And I'm like, screw you guys. Like, this is so dumb. I'm paying as much for the product as I am for shipping. Like, that's a line too far.
It's rude is what it is.
I can wait the week and a half for this to show up. Thanks, bye.
Yeah.
Not everyone's in that position, though. I mean, a lot of people really are screwed with that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
and especially it's coming back on the 30th. I mean,
They're
that's
coming back
Tuesday.
midway of
pretty late,
midway of the.
So
of the next weekend.
are we betting whether or not it's going to happen before or after GAC lock-in?
That's a good point.
Probably happen after, to be honest with you.
Those poor people
Because
getting screwed over again.
There's no way they get the update out unless it's already loaded in the game. There's no way to get the update.
They usually do like the 5:15 Eastern sort of thing, which is 15 minutes after,
Yeah,
or
because
or 6:15, whatever, after GAC lock-in.
Yeah.
30 is Tuesday. I'm surprised they didn't just say May 1st because that's when they're going to put an update out anyway. Unless they're bringing the May 1st update early and they're going to start the Qui-Gon Marquee early, I can't imagine why it would be in. So there might be a small chance, like super small chance, that we get it at 11:15 like we normally do, and we have like 3 hours between GAC lock-in and the update to collect your rewards, upgrade what you were going to spend on, and re-lock in your roster. Or in Scribe's case, remember to sign up for GAC.
That happened once, damn it.
I'm
Once.
not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it go.
I only missed 1 week, and I was so sad. I was so sad about that. I was just sat there like, well, what do I do now? I guess I'll play Koth's account for a week. Which we did. And
Poor bummer.
I think
Woe was me. I
might
have
have
a
won
friend
it.
who has 2 accounts for me to play.
my diamond shoes are too tight, and my wallet's too small for my 50s.
Although, hey, Scribe, it's probably way too late now, but did you climb in Fleet?
Yeah, don't worry. I did that. I got my crystals. Don't you worry. Yeah.
Looking out for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an hour and a half late.
yeah. I mean, you're probably either that or like 22 and a half hours early.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought
There you go.
that counts.
No, I don't. The advantage I have on my main account is there's nobody that climbs for the 2 hours before my payout.
Oh, so you can
I
just sit. Yeah.
I just climb at like noon my time to go in. But
Yeah,
my
I've-
alternate account.
I've
I
got
don't
someone
have a
who
fleet
climbs
chart.
the hour before me, so I can't sit in first, unfortunately. I'm like, meh.
But if you went and sat in second,
I mean, I could sit in second, but usually that isn't like any fewer battles. If I'm fifth, I'll be like, I could sit in second, but it's like, what's the point? I'll just wait until I can do another battle anyway.
yeah, 100%.
But then, there's also the times that then you just forget to actually do that fleet climb, and you're like, damn it, I wish I'd have climbed to second. At least then I'd get second payout instead of fifth. God damn it, Scribble. I've done that.
Well, that's
before.
usually what happens with me is that like I'll climb into second just to make
Be
sure
safe,
nobody
yeah.
hits me, because that's usually what ends up happening is I'll get hit during like the hour before mine, and I wind up in like 10th or whatever, and then I got to do like 3 battles out of 1. I'm like, I don't want to do that. This is bullshit.
I don't want to do that. Yeah. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there was anything about double drops for this May the 4th, was there?
There has yet to be anything about double drops, which is kind
Which is
of why
weird.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the update for this week is going to come earlier instead of later. Because it doesn't make any sense for me to be like to wait that long. But last time we had double drops, it's only been the 4th and the 5th. It's only been 2 days.
Yeah, but it's for every energy node type as well, and
Yeah.
and it's like as long as I can remember, May 4th has had double drops.
It has had double drops since 2015.
So yeah,
So-
since forever then.
I honestly have no idea why they haven't uploaded anything to allude that they were going to do something about it. Because like Sig has mentioned that it's like we have a lot of stuff for going over the May 15th like the May 4th, like the May the 4th kind of stuff in the data mine already. So like it feels weird that they would have left that part out.
They haven't done any official announcements about May 4th yet. So
No, they haven't done about anything about May the 4th. So it's like
It's all data mine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all from data mine. So we don't know what they're planning on doing per se. We just know that what packs are coming. But it, like Sig said, was like basically it's weird that they uploaded all this information but didn't say anything about the double drops. So they might do it. They might do the update next week, and we get the information. And they might have just wanted to not have people hoard for.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I wouldn't hoard this early anyway, to be honest. But
I usually do a couple of days.
Yeah, a couple of days is fine, but like a week is stretching it a bit.
People do a week, yeah. It's
much, well, if you follow Calvin's math, if you have a week of lead time, you can get away with just triple refreshing your energy nodes every day. I think it's 5 days is what you need to be able to max out your energy before the event starts.
Yeah.
So I think that's what people were kind of hoping on. I've had quite a few guildmates message me like, "Oh, can we hoard for double drops?" I'm like, until we get notice of double drops, please don't.
You're like, no,
because I don't want to be missing tickets because you're hoarding for double drops and the entire guild hoards for double drops, and then we don't get double drops. So I was like, yeah. I mean, you can hoard like one energy type, sure, but you know, not all.
You can hoard like Cantina.
Yeah, for those single data that everybody needs so desperately.
Stap it now. As in stap. Because we need stap shards. Stupid shit. I mean, two times 0 out of 7 for Wolfie, that would be like loads more shards, right? I think. Twice as many.
It would be. That would be. That's like, hold on, let me get a calculator.
Yeah. So what was going to take you 15 days is now going to take you 30 because you're getting twice as much of nothing.
It's still 0.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Damn it!
That math is mathing.
This math is ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't understand math. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm hoping we do get double drops because I always like double drops. But
yes.
I mean, I won't argue with it for anything. I'd like to have them, but
it's do you need
weird.
Anything? Be honest.
I mean, I always need more single data, but currently I'm hoarding normal energy for a GL event. So I can't use that anyways. I have like almost 4,000 energies just sitting there right now.
Yep. You need to like add a 0 to that curve and then we'll be happy.
Oh my god, if I had 40k energy, like I would have GL and alt in day 1.
Do it. Do it.
I'll probably be like it was last time. I'll probably have close to like 10, 12k.
You know, I'm really surprised that CG hasn't put a cap on energy.
I think it's just because they didn't ever plan on people doing that, and so now it's just kind of like
we have it on like Conquest and stuff.
Okay, the crystal cost that you're investing in order to keep up that energy hoard.
Yeah, it's a big loss.
Cantina for your 600 in order to save your normal energy. I think they'll take the crystals.
Maybe it is a case if they take the crystals.
Well, because you have to spend, like, if you want your tickets, your daily tickets, you have to do 4 refreshes on Cantina minimum.
Yeah.
Because mod and fleet
which
don't
is
have
rough.
your tickets.
Yeah.
I think they'll take the extra crystal investment for anybody who wants to is crazy enough to go and hoard. No offense.
I mean, for me, the trade-off is like 50 crystals because I would normally triple refresh at like my normal energy. So instead of doing that, I do 1 more Cantina energy. So it's like I'm only spending 50 more crystals a day than I would normally. So
you also don't have anything to farm with normal energy. So it depends on where you are in the game.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
I would not recommend energy hoarding unless you have nothing to work on or you spend money to farm. Otherwise, it would be a bad idea.
Yeah. Or if, you're a content creator that wants to try and get a GL unlocked on day 1. And that's exactly why I'm hoarding energy on Karth's account.
That's a brilliant move, Scribble.
I know.
Wholeheartedly. Yes.
This is how I can have my cake and eat it too.
There we go.
It's just, I keep my cake and I eat Karth's cake. I think that's how this analogy works. I'm like, oh, this is delicious, Garth.
Yeah.
Why is your
Up,
cake
yeah.
so much prettier and tastier than mine? It's like, oh, I've just got a plate of rocks. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, because we've had a few people that want to do Gungan stuff, and I'm like, I'll try, but it's like I got work. It depends when the event goes live.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes live like midnight on like Thursday morning, which I doubt, it'll probably launch during their workday.
Yeah.
Like the Bo-Katan event that is like, I can't guarantee you that I have time in the middle of my workday to come stream this event. So
I'll probably be streaming it
Take the day off.
from my phone in the hotel. So it's gonna be really crappy. I could just wait a day.
you just need more laptops.
And well, I would have to
gonna
like
test
take
them.
the camera and the capture card and the and the microphone and like then it
But you
becomes
just
a
need
bit
to
of
bring
an
a
issue.
suitcase with all your streaming stuff,
And
then,
hope
like,
that it doesn't get wrecked in the travel on the train.
and 2 laptops. Well, I mean, just pack it with you.
I mean,
Then
to
you
be
don't have worry
fair,
about
I don't own a
Get a
single
hard
laptop,
shell
so
it. Case.
You don't have a travel setup?
I don't.
Come on.
Amateur hour.
I'm gonna go and ask Karth if he can pass me a generator with a plug, and I'm just gonna cart around my entire PC system. Gonna put the desk on wheels, generator underneath for power. Job done.
It's like an Iron Man briefcase. You press the button, it folds open, it has a desk, and it has the camera, has everything there, and
It'd
you're
be
ready to
easier
stream.
if I
You're
just
good.
bought you a mini generator instead of sending you the one that I have.
Well, it would probably be easier if I just buy a laptop, but
I mean, well, the generator would be.
I
far
suppose there is
cheaper.
that.
Just traveling with a full PC setup would be the challenge.
yeah. I really should get a laptop. That's not an expense I want to make right now, because I'm snobbish. I'll be like, yes, I could spend £500 on a laptop, or I could spend £2,000 on a laptop, and I'd be like,
It's like when I built my new computer. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't need to replace all the pieces, so I'll spend more on the pieces I'm replacing. And then I was like, oh, but now I have to replace all the pieces.
So $6,000 later, I was like, now I'm good.
Yeah, you're like, oh, my memory's fine, but my motherboard doesn't support DDR4, so now I gotta go upgrade to DDR5. Ah, shit. Oh, the power
hard
supply is
life.
not big enough for the stuff that I bought for my computer. Now you get a 1200 watt power supply. Nah, shit.
Oh, it's always a
My
joke.
case has like 8,000 fans, so
Nice.
it needs quite a bit of power to make
And
it
it like
go.
blow itself off the
through.
desk.
You would almost think the fans in the front are like a 200 and something millimeters. They're huge.
240s?
Yeah, they're
think
massive
that's-
fans.
They're really big, chunky fans.
Yeah, so there's
I
2 of
went
those in the front, and then I got like 140s like all throughout the case.
I went with the liquid cooling, so it's chilling on the CPU. Make sure that shit don't overheat.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I thought about that when I was doing this build because it's always interested me to build that, but I didn't have the patience for it, and I was like, I know how this other one works, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, you can just get the all-in-one thing and just plug it in. It's really easy to install.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
For the
Not
for the
just-
CPU one, yeah. CPU
I-
AIOs are
CPU
super
one's
easy.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not in the mood to even care.
Yeah,
Just like,
the,
I know how this part works. I'm doing that one.
Yeah, like if you're going for like a full, full plumbed rig for water cooling that goes through the GPU and everything, that's
man.
like
Those are fancy.
that's a whole other.
Yeah, the ones that
Job,
are like aquarium tanks that you mount your thing in mineral oil
Yeah.
to keep everything heat diffused. Yeah, those ones are crazy. I've seen those builds, and I'm just
I've seen them, yeah.
I don't want to get down that road because I know what will happen is I'll break that case. And
Yeah.
I'll have like 80 gallons of mineral oil all over the carpet.
I
Mhm.
think I had heard some of those have a problem because like the mineral oil can end up affecting with the capacitors.
Oh,
It
really?
can, yeah. You have to be very
Yeah.
careful on getting like no contaminants in it, and
Yeah, it's
There's
not
a-
gonna destroy anything out, but it
Yeah.
could like the liquid could fuck with the capacitor and just
yeah.
That sounds like
Yeah.
way too much hassle, just for a
Yeah.
gimmick, essentially, right?
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although
It's like,
I have also
technically
seen,
can.
I've seen those, like Jay's 2 Cents has done some video series on liquid nitrogen cooled PCs, where he's like set up a whole like air channel system with cardboard boxes going into the PC, and he's got like a whole machine that's powered by liquid nitrogen to pump it into the, like, directly onto the CPU. And it's just like, this is clearly not something that's done for the sake of trying to cool the PC. It's more just kind of, can we do it because it's really dumb?
Yes.
And yes,
How much
it was.
does it take to run your liquid nitrogen setup? Just out of curiosity? Like, no. No.
The energy
Oh,
to
God.
power
It's
a small
fun.
city, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. You can do it. It's awesome that you can do it, and like go make a YouTube video for sure. Get I don't know how many million views, but that sounds freaking
But
awesome.
should you do it?
It's not like practical what you're really doing in IRL sort of. Fuck that. But yeah, the unclosed whatever ones. What's up? Oh.
We're back. Sorry about that.
Hey.
I'm alive again. Stupid microphone. I don't know why it keeps doing this. It's like at least once a stream, the mic is just like, nope, I've had enough now. Terrible.
Yeah, that has been happening a lot recently.
It has, and I don't know why. Karth is
Yeah.
not back. No, he is. Karth is. He's decided Tribe Talks is too much for him, so he's leaving, or he's having some food. It's either that or one or the other.
What are those two?
Yeah. So what
There's
were we
one.
actually talking about? You know, that was
Computers.
Galaxy of Heroes. Oh, double drops and stuff like that. And May the 4th.
Oh, and streaming the Jar Jar event because you need your mobile setup.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I might like. It's on the Thursday, and it's on at like 8-9 o'clock, I think, my time. I'm out for dinner, and I'll be back late, and then I've got to get up for a train at 6:30 the next day on Friday. On Friday? No, actually, I don't. No, I don't have to get up early the next day. So maybe I could, but I could just wait and then stream it on Friday when I'm home. I mean, that makes sense too, right? Maybe I
Oh,
just
it could.
wait. It's 6 p.m. on
do you
Thursday?
actually-
Thank you.
Do you need him for anything on Thursday? It's not like you need him for TB or anything like that. So like,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So, yeah. I mean, wait, do it on Friday. Fuck it. Why
Yeah,
not?
when I'm back at home and Mr. Scribble is away and I'm sad and lonely. But we should have GAC at least.
Yeah, GAC, late night scribble. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's
Start
do
with the
that.
Jar Jar unlock.
Start it with a bit of Jar Jar unlockables. And then
Perfect.
we'll still have one more week of 5v5 where we'll be able to use Jar Jar. Right? The next week? Next week, this will be the last week of 5s, isn't it? Is this second week or is this first week? I'm
We are
getting
currently in
confused.
first week. On
we got loads
Monday
of
or
time.
Tuesday is the starting of week 2.
Okay, so yeah, there will be one last week of where we can actually use Jar Jar. In fact,
As long as you get them by Tuesday, you're fine.
yeah, well, yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready now. I'm ready now. I just need, Jar Jar to...
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, but if you're not R8 for the event, you don't get the easy unlock. You have to do the painstakingly RNG heavy one.
Yeah, but
You have
that's
to mod them.
That's
Ugh.
good though, because that's what the people at home want to see. They want to have the unlock guides for the minimum requirements, and I will be
Yes.
there to show them the way after everybody else has already done it.
This is the way.
This is the quay. Yeah.
Quack, 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 quack.
Yep. Night Fox is like, no, they don't. They want full R9 Jar Jar and full R9 Gungans day one. Oh, he's saying all right or bust.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
fine. I was close.
Kind of him. I was expecting 9. So
Yeah.
yeah, very kind of you. Thank you, Fox.
I've managed to build up to 2 full Zetas, Wolf. 2 full Zetas ready for Jar Jar.
Oh my God.
So I'm
I
going
haven't
to be
applied
one
any of the
behind.
Gungan ones yet.
No. Oh no. Oh. How many do you have though? You must have a decent horde if you've not
I
applied
have
Gungan ones.
110, but I haven't
Okay.
applied any of the Gungans.
So
I have 5
you
Zetas.
should have 6 by the time Jar Jar comes out then.
Yeah, and the Gungans have what? 5 Zetas? Because Boss Nass has 2, Lumidir has
Yeah,
1,
5.
Phalanx has 1, Tarpals has 1, so they have 5.
And Jar Jar has
That's
3.
Exactly. Okay, so I have enough for the Gungans without Jar Jar. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yay, Zeta
Yeah.
Horde!
Yay! But you'll have one more, so you should have one by the time the Jar Jar event comes around, because maybe you'll have that. Yeah, you'll probably get that extra 10 in that time.
You know what I do have, though? Night Sister Zetas.
Money for packs.
Sorry, I had to.
Well, my counter argument to you, Wolfie, is I actually do have 3 Zetas on my Night Sisters.
Okay. All right.
Two of them are on Merrin and one is on Daka. So.
Oh, okay. So no Ventress, no Talzin.
No.
No Talzin.
No. But there are some Zetas on there. And I feel like if I just throw one on Mother Talzin on her leadership, I'll be relatively okay.
Yeah.
Ish.
I think
You probably want a Saj too. He has Daka.
I have Daka, yeah, and
Okay.
2 on
So
Merrin.
you do have important ones. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, I do just kind of want to, as soon as I buy that pack, I do kind of want to just be like, oh, Merrin, my finger slipped and she's R5. I'd like to do that.
I retract my shit giving.
Yay!
You have some Zetas.
I have some Zetas.
Shit, where else do I have? Tuskens! Aha!
Damn it! Well, if we're talking about Zetas, I have the Zetas, I just don't have the gear. I did the Zetas for like...
You guys are telling me you don't have everything that's been in the game?
Yeah, moral of the story
right
is,
now,
for normal
Tough.
people,
Listen.
Zetas are tough to come by.
For the average person, Zetas are difficult to come by. All right?
The average non-Karth. We
No,
don't
they're
have
not.
all of the Zetas.
Ain't nothing
5
average
Zetas a
about
month.
Karth.
5 days a month.
5 Zetas a month? Well, I have not been playing as many months. I think Wolfie is like 5 months on me, I think. Is that right?
In January 2018.
Yeah, and I'm June 2018. So yeah, about 5 months. 6 months. 5 months.
Yeah.
6 months. 5 months. I can math. A number of months, that is less than a year.
If you want to.
Mm-hmm. You can leave your Zetas behind, but if your Night Sisters suck, then maybe you should buy a Lightspeed bundle.
Hey!
Did I really fit in an extra syllable into that sentence? Dear me. Yeah, it's good times. Welcome back, by the way, Karth. Are you eating these nuts?
I am eating goldfish. And
For everybody listening at home, he's not eating actual live goldfish. It looks like a cracker of sorts.
They're not live anymore.
Scaly.
Over there.
I think they are, but I don't know if they're called goldfish. They're like little cheesy crackers.
But they're the snack that smiles back.
No, that's my wife. I mean, what?
Whoa. Well, all right then. Alrighty then.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway,
yeah.
so
Good.
on to Tribe Talk questions.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Oh, did we have Tribe Talk questions? Let's have a look. Because
I don't know.
I
Did
haven't
you purge the
purged it.
chat?
I haven't purged it yet. No, I haven't purged it yet.
We have some new ones. I know I saw some new ones up.
Okay, I'll go and have a look in the old Tribe Talks. I mean, there's somebody's... Oh, god damn it. People have been asking questions.
Are there actually questions? Oh,
There
no.
are actually... How dare people use that channel to ask questions pertinent to the Tribe Talks podcast? How dare they? All right. Burning Bold Man said, who's ready to get wrecked by Gungans? When the Datacron comes out, everybody, I think. Everybody that...
You've been keeping an eye on that Rule 34, I'm pretty sure, Padme.
Oh, my days. That's an image I don't need in my head.
That's fair.
He's got a very mobile tongue as well. So,
Now you're just overthinking it.
well, thank you, Karth. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Here to help.
Charlie Mike, thank you for the 100 biddies. Stop goldfish genocide, Karthrick. God damn it, Karth. God damn it, Karth.
Pass.
Goldfish and whiskey.
Goldfish and whiskey. That's a name a more
Match made
iconic
that.
duo, right?
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I think the Gungans are actually going to be an obnoxious team on defense because of the mechanics they put into play.
Mm-hmm. So do I. And we're going to get a Datacron set with them very, very soon. So
well, I'm just like I'm honestly thinking that like the first team that jumps to my head that they can beat them comfortably will probably be Leia. With
GL Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on board with that.
Hey, good talk.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot that's going down in that Jar Jar.
Awesome.
What's the counter to the new legendary? Only the most recent GL.
The most recent galactic legend. Oh, I really fucking hope so.
I mean, I think Slacker can probably do it, just because they can ramp high enough to eventually cause a problem, and there's lots of AOE damage under the team.
That's usually how it goes with Slacker. It's like he can usually beat pretty much anything so long as he can survive long enough. Yeah. Apart from JTR, as I learned in my drunken GAC on Friday.
Yeah,
when we took in solo JTR, solo Slacker against JTR, and he just got infinitely turn meter removed. It was fantabulous.
Oh my God.
In my defense, I was drunk, and then I did take in solo Lord Vader, and ruined it. But I was very drunk. Okay.
I guess that was in the cross section of the GAC. I missed that part.
It was right at the end, and I was like, "Oh God, why did I do this?" So yeah, so Slacker has to take turns for that to work, guys. But yes, usually he does. He outramps everything. He ramps faster and harder than anything in this game. So.
Well, his lock stun's going to help a lot too, as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm ready to get wrecked by Gungans, 100%.
And the stun can't miss, right? The poke
can't miss. So
can't be resisted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or cleansed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it can't be evaded, resisted, or cleansed. Yeah, it seems to be.
Well, you're going to hit Jar Jar with it first, right?
Because so your 1000% evasion doesn't give a shit. You can suddenly hit him every time.
Hit him during his mastery, and then reset the cooldowns, and lock somebody else down, and then just start swiping like a monster.
This is a little bit disgusting. We're just talking about which GLs might be able to kill Jar Jar.
Do we not think that Gas still just wins against Gungans, though?
He might.
The problem with Gas is going to be the sheer amount of recovery on the Gungans. I think it's going to be kind of like a similar situation to how Finn Zori beats Gas, is that they will just suppress them into the floor and then start looping the crap out of them. And it's it'll be a war of attrition, but you won't take turns. Yeah. So why does it matter what happens? I'll just eventually kill you. And then with all the all the shield up buffs that they put under Gungans, there's going to be so much shielding to chew through with the.
Is that dispellable?
It will be, but once Echo falls, you can't dispel anything on our gas team anymore. Well, Echo and Arc.
Yeah, Echo and Arc with the turret. I don't know. I don't know. I think we'll have to wait and see. And, eventually Rex doesn't care about however much health and protection you got, because there's nothing that reduces percentile health effects in that team. I don't think Jar Jar has it, does he? He just, it's just death mark you don't worry about. So his aerial advantage should still kill.
Well,
actually,
you can evade. You can evade it though.
Yeah, you can evade it. But not only that, I'm thinking about it now. Doesn't aerial advantage deal max health damage?
Yeah,
it multiplies by their max health.
so,
and they don't have a lot of that, so it'll take a while.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's quite funny.
May not actually do very much for them.
Yeah.
So would have to say that would be pretty interesting. Eventually, you would stack up enough. Think of the Sith raid days.
Eventually it does start to do damage.
You would still do a significant amount of damage. Eventually.
Yeah. That was a cool team.
That obviously, but
that was a very cool team. Was it like JTR, C-3PO, Rex, and something? I can't remember.
Now, net positive here is that there is somebody that has been a forgotten relic of a conquest long ago that everyone forgets about, that will become probably the TW counter for Gungans.
Ugnaught.
Thuggy. He's not a conquest unit.
Conquest character, triple Ami.
Dad Bod Boba.
That would be the right answer, because his dual barrage will put protection disruption.
Oh, sick.
early and often, and it will just annihilate them in the game. It doesn't matter if they got 500% defense, if they only got 20k health.
Yeah, that'd be quite nice. It's a good job I've got that army. Actually, I don't, but whatever.
No, you don't. There's no way you have it. Sorry, not to be a dick, but like,
no, I don't have it.
It's not the lead army. It's the special.
It's the special. It is required, but I'm saving all 2 of my armies right now for Jar Jar. So,
which is fair. No, I'm not going to argue that with you. I'm just saying that's
the
odds of you having it were pretty low.
Yeah,
I don't have the barrage. The dual barrage with the protection disruption. Definitely not. No.
Which is funny because yeah. So the dual barrage gives you the protection disruption when you hit 16 stacks. And then you're able to start plinking allies out of there.
Still, that's one answer for one game mode. We gotta figure out something for GAC and everything, and that's only if you have that Omicron. So I don't know if that's gonna be like my first answer for dealing with Gungans.
But the reality is like, what are we anticipating? Like 2,000 unlocks of Jar Jar, roughly about double what we got for Bo-Katan for being available this quickly.
I wouldn't be surprised just because the way the marquee was released was so enticing and generous that a lot of people probably who wouldn't normally be ready are ready. And I generally think that people are probably more excited about Jar Jar than Bo. Maybe. It's a little bit more divisive, I guess.
That's a really good question. Like, how many people are like actually excited? How many people are just like, it's fucking Jar Jar or whatever? Like, I would really like to see like an actual fucking breakdown just to see who is legitimately looking forward to this, who is like just like, why the hell they have to bring in Jar Jar, who is just begrudgingly, all right, fine, I guess Jar Jar can be in the damn game. It's been long enough. We have Coruscant Underworld Police, and we got the Wookiees, and we got all the.
I mean, I'll put it this way: out of Jar Jar and Bo Mando, there's only one of them that I would kick out of bed. Okay.
Makes a good point.
And while Bo is out there, she can make me a cup of tea.
Indeed.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Jar Jar likes the
right now, the newest Gungan, the newest Gungan.
Yeah.
Phalanx.
Just gone right over that.
I wasn't listening to the beginning.
You didn't need to listen. No, it's totally fine. You're not missing anything over here.
So as it stands right now, there are 1,500 Gear 13 Gungan phalanxes in the game.
Wow, already? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So my guess is that we're looking between 2,000 to 3,000 for unlock, which still means like the top like 20 guilds will get her for the most part. Most of the guilds will get her, and then everybody else will get her basically on the next, or get him on the next unlock round. But otherwise, I see it being more, but I don't see it being substantial enough for it to be a commonplace problem, except for people like in the top half of Kyber 1. You might run into it occasionally in Kyber 2 and Kyber 3 if the big krakens that have fallen really far.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting basically everybody I face in GAC to have Jar Jar.
Yes, I'm just plan for Jar Jar and be happy when they don't have him.
If you're in Kyber 1, you can almost guarantee they'll have him. First time.
So for context, why I think the number is going to be as high as it is there's 2,600 boss NASs at Gear 13.
Okay. Yeah.
And honestly, I would be willing to bet, like myself, and like I had seen some people saying in chat, some people are waiting to see if they're going to have a bow pack, a Gungan pack similar to the bow pack for $40, for
they
what,
do.
Yeah.
They already have that.
Oh, they already did. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the data mine.
Whenever that,
it's pretty good actually. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good until you look at the fine details of it. The character shards you're getting the most of is Boss Nass, which for a lot of people is going to be the one they're going to be closest to finishing. It's almost like guaranteed 40 shards for Boss Nass, but then you get like 20 shards of the other 3, and then you get a third card that gives you like another 15 of one of them.
Yeah.
So you can get 40 of like one of them, and then the other ones will be like 25. So it's like,
but it's like $40 as well, right?
Yeah,
$40?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean,
all I was getting at was a good chance that those numbers will be inflated by people who are waiting for the pack, like myself, to bump their Gungans up to the next level.
Yeah,
so that
because
number will very likely go up.
Between buying that pack and if you've got crystals saved to get them from weeklies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I reckon we'll probably see a bit of an uptick from around 1,500 plus to 2,000.
Yeah.
I think it depends on if Phalanx hits shipments next week. If Phalanx goes to shipments, which would be really quick turnaround, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I would be surprised either.
Yeah.
You think so?
Mhm.
That's soon. I mean, they
It is
just
soon.
added the other one to shipments. They just added Boomadeer to shipments.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I think in the interest of them thinking, we'll get some money out of this, they might just.
So
throw them in
by
shipments.
the time Phalanx,
They'll have the packs over there.
by
The
the
1299 pack.
time Jar Jar
Yeah.
gets to that's still in the game for the 2 week and
So
10.
yeah, they can make the money through that.
Yeah.
If that's
But-
in the week, if that's in the game for another 2 weeks, then no way he's being out of shipments next week.
Well, but they did the same thing with Boss.
It
Boss had
doubled
over 8 days left when he got added to shipments on his
Really?
pack. Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh, damn.
super early, isn't it?
So their odds are they put it into shipments because you're only going to get one refresh between the event because the event goes live on the beginning of most people's weekly refreshes and should end prior to the next one starting. So it's just going to help fill the void a little bit. So if you didn't get like close to 6 stars, you're going to be buying packs because there's no other way around it.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a pretty common unlock. Like I say that for a new release, for a first time new release, I'd say it's pretty common.
Yeah.
So let's move on because we got a bunch more questions. So Hod states, "I'm back with more questions." He has 4 questions. Hod, that's greedy, mate. What initially drew you all to SWGoH, and how was your experience with the game evolved over time? Ooh, that's interesting. I know my own answers, but I want to start with you guys. So, Wolfie.
The obvious Star Wars. I mean, that should go without saying. So what drew me to it to SWGoH? And legitimately, I was just looking for a mobile game, which looked because I was like playing a couple different mobile games. I just like was looking for something to just like fill some time as like some bullshit whatever thing. And
On the John, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Happened to check that out and was like, Galaxy of Heroes, that does Star Wars stuff. It looks like I actually played this game 2 years ago and then like for a day and then never actually continued with it. Let's make a new account. So I did that and haven't stopped playing since.
Yeah. How about you, Kath?
Gothric.
Carthrick has
He's
just
not
got a
good.
mouthful of goldfish. He's
Dribble.
full on goldfish genocide mode. I'll take this one then. Funnily enough, I love Star Wars and I love games, but I've never really been much of a let's play games on my phone kind of guy. So I was quite late to Galaxy of Heroes because it just wasn't something I used to check on my phone. I didn't used to check for, games and apps and stuff like that. And I was having a LAN session with my best mate at his house. So we were setting up PCs and getting ready to play probably Baldur's Gate 2, most likely, knowing us. Could have been stuff like Heroes of Might and Magic or something like that. But we were going to have a good time just setting stuff up. And I think we had to, so like either me or him had to do a Windows update. So we were sat down waiting for like 5-10 minutes. And he just whipped out his phone and started arena climbing or something like that. And I was like, oh, what you playing? He was like, oh, it's this game called Galaxy of Heroes. Here, have a look. I was like, wow, that looks pretty cool. So that night when we were there, I downloaded it just whilst we were chilling, playing other games. And I just kind of got hooked and never stopped playing. And then my experience evolved when I started doing content creation in 2020 during COVID. And it's just gone a little bit crazy from there, strength to strength. And hope to continue to grow, and one day knock Arnold off of his tower at the top of the SWGoH content creator universe. No, I've got nothing, no bad blood with Arnold, but I would like to continue to grow my channel.
Imaginary feuds because apparently
Of course it is.
we're all here for the drama.
Exactly. So how about that core cheating, hey? No, Garth, how did you get into the game?
Honestly, my brother turned me on to it. Which is funny because he quit playing like shortly after I started playing.
Fair.
But I wasn't like really into it until I think wasn't like till like late 2018 is when I actually got into playing the game, because it was just like I played a little bit here and there, but I wasn't part of a guild. I had joined my brother's guild, which is a grand total of like 4 of us.
Nice.
And so I was like, well, this is boring. So I eventually left that and joined an actual guild. And then I kind of got more interested in it, and I wanted to be competitive. And so I started learning what was good. And then I had the disposable income at the time being single to just start throwing caution to the wind on some of that stuff. And then it snowballed to where we are now.
Yeah. 13 million GP later.
Yeah, almost 14. Almost 14. I'm 100K away now.
You are a big boy.
I'm about to be with the cool people.
Yep, that's where all the cool kids hang.
Not quite the monstrous krakens that are the krakens that krakens fear.
Yeah.
That swim at the core of the planet, because
the 15 million GP monsters.
I'm not getting to 15 million GP anytime soon, unless they keep pumping out content. I'm not doing it the way they've gotten there. I'm not going to R9 my roster.
You're not going to Relic 9 everything? Come on.
I mean, unless they have a really good reason to.
What
Relic
if
9 Boosh?
What if CG changed every character in your account to be a tank?
Then
you'd have to do it.
And then I'm probably
You'd
going to
never do any
plastic.
damage. It'd be so sad.
No, they'll all have.
Watch Malicos throw rocks and be like,
They will all have their damage modified to do it like Grievous. They'll do damage based on their max health or protection.
Hey, if everybody does loads of damage, then technically nobody does, right? I mean, that's
how that works, right?
I think that's how it works.
Felt like
If we each punch each other in the face, then neither of us have been punched in the face. It cancels out, right?
Yeah. That's exactly it. I think that's how it works. Yeah, sciencing.
Perfect.
All right, moving on then. What aspects of Galaxy of Heroes do you find most enjoyable or rewarding, and why?
Oh, it's easy. It's the community. Like,
that was my answer. Damn it, Karth.
It's the people we play with. Otherwise, this game would be dead in a heartbeat. It's like,
to be fair,
playing with your buddy, playing with your friend, playing with people you've met through the game or whatever else. That's a lot of the draw to keep the people playing is the environments in which they're playing in.
It's tribe talks,
otherwise,
guys. It's tribe talks, you know?
Otherwise, this whole thing would go right out the window, as in, like, why do I let a mobile game frustrate the living bejesus out of me?
And take up, 6 hours of your daily life.
Oh, well, when Conquest is on? Oh my god, right? 4 hours a day playing this game?
For 6-7 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Addiction is real, but the community is addictive. What can I say? Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Do you got a different opinion, Wolf? You're like, no, I do it just for the gameplay.
We both have the same. I mean, yes. Purely, I love unlocking characters, specifically starring up characters. That animation just gets me going. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think
with you guys.
I think Wolfie's here for the art.
Oh, yes. I'm here for the art. I'm here for all of those pixels. Being able to see each and every individual polygon, that just gets me going. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Nah, I'm honestly, if there wasn't the community, probably would not still be playing this game at this point. So
For real, yeah.
You know how it be.
Yeah. So third part then is what's everybody farming, and it's probably the same for all of us apart from Karth.
Gungans!
I farmed
Gungans and Stap.
I'm farming relic material. Does that make anyone feel better?
No, you're farming normal energy right now. Is what you're farming. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gungans and Stap.
Yep.
That's kind of it. Oh, and engagement in YouTube videos and that sort of thing.
By the way, that short is still playing in the background.
It's going to be at 6,500 by the end of this stream. God damn it.
I just like the first frame of the short, to be honest with you. That's the part that humors me the most. Is staring at your face and watching it twitch for 2 seconds. I was waiting for you to have a much more expressive moment of when you use the WD-40. It's no, but it's just twitching, you're upset with it, and then that's it.
I felt less was more.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
You know what?
Good instincts.
You know what occurred to me a couple of hours after I'd finished and uploaded that video is it would have been just so perfect if I'd have got a perfect loop for that, so that the door just keeps on squeaking when I open it. So it's just me looking at an opening door squeaking, I do my face,
my God.
I oil it, and then it loops back to me opening the door, and it's just me constantly going and applying more and more and more WD-40 on a perfect seamless loop.
Have it be like clean and not make any noise on the close, and then open it back up again and it squeaks, and you're like, it was just working.
That would be so good. But
man.
alas, the boat has sailed.
Alas, the next part of this 4-part question.
Yes. How do you stay engaged and motivated? We all lose our sanity just a little bit over the long term. Are there any particular strategies or habits you employ? Absolutely. Yes, totally. I have my own stance, but I'll pass to my wonderful co-hosts first. Stay
out of leadership.
Oh, hell yeah. Don't become an officer.
That's
not
a
mine.
fast way to get to burnout. But I think for a lot of it is like, for me in particular, the way I keep like the game enjoyable is I very much work on the ability to stay in an environment where I can distance myself if needed. Like this last conquest, I didn't finish until like 3 days left. So I got to where I needed to get for the accounts, and then I just kind of let it coast for a little bit. I didn't worry about having it done right away. I didn't freak out about it and do those kind of things. The last few TWs, we've been like severely punching down. And so we open the first walls. Once the first 2 walls are clear and our opponent hasn't cleared a wall, we just send the whole rest of the TW as free for all and let it go and don't give a care. Because like our opponent cleared maybe 3 zones and we cleared like 6. So it's like, all right, well, we win. We didn't do really well, but we won. So who cares? That's an important part for me, just having that ability to disengage when necessary. But I mean, for some people, I mean, equally in the same boat though, I am equally as enjoyed when I'm playing out in a competitive environment where everybody else is competitive.
Yeah.
So it's like
like-minded people is important.
Yeah, one of the two. Either I need to be able to set it down and walk away with no consequences, or I need to be with people who give a shit at the same level that I do.
How about you, Wolfie? How do you keep motivated?
It's a good question. If I find out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been going on autopilot for the last 7 years.
Yeah, I saw it. He was puff passing over there.
I gave a cheeky response. You said, "What habits?" Oh, you know. Come on.
I got no habits. This is a way of life.
Ooh,
yeah,
maybe. I mean, like the game itself, fresh and enjoyable. I guess try and like mix things up a little bit, like have some fun with the like your attacks and whatnot, and don't take things like too seriously. You know, yes, everything is the efficiency meta. Yes, right now, yes, and I do lose some GAC matches probably because I try to have some more fun as opposed to just do the most hyper efficient thing possible. But it helps me stay sane when I'm playing this game and whatnot. If I'm just like sitting there doing whatever I'm, whatever is just dictated as the most efficient and I can't do anything else, it's just, I'd rather have some fun with it. Take a walk once in a while,
Yeah, I think riffing off that, I find that if you do get a little bit too much tunnel vision about, new GL, I must farm this GL, or I must finish all the GL farms, or I must get this legendary, I must get this Datacron, it's a good way of burning out because you're constantly doing stuff that you don't enjoy. So having a moment to be like, you know what, I know there's a new GL out, but I really like Sana Staros. I'm using that as for example. And you just decide to have a little passion project, go off and farm a team to relics for your own enjoyment, even if it's not efficient, even if it costs you in the short term. Just do something like that every so often to stop yourself going absolutely crazy. Because GL farms are long and arduous, and sometimes they're just not enjoyable, especially if it's a character you don't even like. So finding a way of breaking that up to keep the enjoyment going is important. Like for us, we also have our communities. So, getting online and streaming and streaming your GACs, jumping in, stuff like that, that helps keep people engaged in this game. At least it does for me. It's like I find it enjoyable. I love going on doing live GACs. I love doing tribe talks. I love having late night Friday with the stateside crew. All the little things like that just keep me going, really. So
yeah.
Plus, I do make YouTube videos as well, and that is a blessing and a curse, because it's great because it gives me a little bit of pocket money, but it's bad because I have no free time ever in my life. So
there we go.
On that bombshell. Zoidberg asks, what team do you have the most fun playing with? Favorite teams, guys. Favorite teams. Most fun and enjoyable.
I think we got this question last week too, and
we might have
pretty much all said Malicos.
Malicos, Mole Mandos, Starkiller. Yeah.
There's a couple that are just like really, really fun. It just, I don't know. I guess it sort of rotates around, which is my favorite at the moment. Probably, I'm going to say that Malicos is my favorite for the time being.
The rocks are good. Punchbot as well is fun.
Until they quit shitting on Starkiller, what he can beat.
Yeah.
And it's Malicos right now. I think Gungans will be a lot of fun when we get the full team cooking.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Looking
Starkiller, Malicos is probably like my top two, just because the mechanics are fun.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Like I never don't enjoy playing those characters. It's like the number one reason why I always like taking them to offense, because I like just watching the mechanics play out.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. I just put special mention in for Darkside Mandalorians and Punchbot. Like I just love Punchbot. It's just pneumatic fists just punching people's souls out of their body. It's nice.
Special of course mentioned for Hondo as well. He just goes and evades thing and just goes up, like puts out 500,000 damage and just goes and deletes people, and it's really funny.
It is. It is. But it's also incredibly depressing if you lose him in the first couple of moves of the game. You're like, oh no, don't hit! Oh, no, god damn it! And you're like, well,
there goes the counter.
When you're not paying attention, you capture the tank and then you just blow up the tank.
I've done that so many times. It's just like, oh crap! I've just lost myself a bunch of banners. That's usually when the team doesn't rely on Hondo as the linchpin. He's just like, I've got a scoundrel team. I'll just throw in Hondo. Capture's useful. You capture the tank, you do an AoE, the tank immediately dies, and Hondo's just like, I'm done.
I just wish he had the Han ability, is that his first turn he's able to ignore time.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Capture someone useful that you're not going to immediately need to blow up with everybody else.
That would be nice, yeah.
But that's my...
Okay, next question then. Kaicho is asking, is there a character that we don't have in the game yet that you would like to see and have waited for? I think we've had a similar question to this in the past, but what about you guys? What would you like to see in the game?
Well, I mean, there's the obvious of the new characters. There's the Balin Skull and shit. We're gonna get those ones in there. The Great Mothers and Morgan Elsbeth and all that sort of stuff. Get all those.
Definitely. Yeah.
A lot of the recent characters are really cool, and Luthen and the Fondor. A lot of these are really cool, like really good characters that we just would love to have in the game. Just do it, please.
Do it.
Make it happen.
Well, I mean, that was actually the most informative part that we got back from the live Q&A last week, was like kind of the insight on how long it takes to get a character from
concept to
concept
launch.
out the door, but like
4 months. Yeah,
3 to 4 months. But that's like when they schedule them. Their scheduling is still like a year ahead of that. So it's like you get to this character, and then it's 3 to 4 months to get the character out the door. But it's like there's still quite a bit of time between.
It's nearly a year and a half, basically, for any character to, if it's a new character within Star Wars lore. It's going to be like a year and a half nearly before it even hits the holotables.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, that's one of those things, because like there are, like, they've talked about it before, and they may even mention it a little bit with working with Lucasfilm on this last project with Jar Jar, is that like you have to get through so much red tape to get a character approved that it's just like you like, because like I know when they did, what show was it? It wasn't Ahsoka. I think it was the very first season of The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Like they were so much deception on bringing Jedi Knight or bringing Luke back into the show. Like the original Jedi that was supposed to show up was Plo Koon. They had everything modeled for it to be Plo Koon.
We're talking the show itself now.
Yeah, the show itself. But why I bring that up though is that because everything was so hush hush that they couldn't get very many things released to other aspects because they didn't want them to know anything about what was going on in the show.
Mhm.
And so sometimes, depending on what the producers don't want out there, they'll clamp it down until it's released. So it's like they couldn't, like, so for some shows they can't even work on the characters until like a year later because they have to get through this year's pipeline and start developing next year's pipeline. So it's like everyone's like, oh, well, Andor's been out for a year. Why haven't we gotten Luthen? I'm like, because they probably didn't know Luthen was coming until the show came out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, it'd be really cool to have Luthen, but it's going to be, you know, we got 20 characters to finish up before him. So there you go.
There you go, indeed. There you go, indeed. Yeah, I'd probably go with Wolfie. I want to see, more than anyone right now, is Balin. Like,
yeah.
That if there's one character I could have in the game right now, it would be him.
I wouldn't say no to it. He's a really good character. I just, like, for me, it's like if they do it, I want to build out the rest of the faction. Like, I'm assuming if they do Balin, that they would want to build a new team for him, because I would hate for everything to get bled over into what's her nuts, Seer.
If we just took the Seer team, that'd be.
Oh god, yeah. No, it would have to be a new team. I don't know how they would build that out, but I'm sure they could figure something out. Okay, cool. Next question comes from Letha. Getting close to GL Leia, and I'll have 4 Zetas ready for her. Which ones should I prioritize? Karthric, you know Zetas. Wolf, you know Zetas. I know
the
nothing.
leader, the GL unique.
Usually it's leader and special uniques are the priority, and then you start coming back to the other abilities.
Basic is usually last.
Basic is usually last.
Basic is actually a big thing. It's all like the extra shit that she does on her base, like the
oh yeah, her basic is the additional rolls. The additional rolls, yeah.
All the
oh
roll
yeah,
stuff,
that is good. Yeah.
Of course, her special is all the roll stuff too.
Rebel Ambush is actually pretty solid too. Tactical Offensive is the one that does the call to action for 4 turns.
Which is
I would
really
say,
nice.
honestly, I would do the bottom 4 in her kit. Tactical Offensive, the I Know Leadership ability, Forever Princess Unique, and the Galactic Legend Unique. Then I would probably just fill the other 2 as I get Zetas. Probably do the specials first, because I feel like that's the biggest part of her kit. Like, the basic is strong, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the ability to ignore the taunt with call to action, and then the ability to lock daze or stagger on certain characters depending on the role is a huge mechanic for her. But the big thing is the ability to ignore taunt. And so doing that, then allowing Drogon to basically delete some certain characters. That would be my.
That's always entertaining.
Yeah, that would be my the way I'd want to lean into it.
Good. All right, and so Sparta says, working on getting the Phoenix and Imperial Troopers. What should I go after, Sparta? That's a very difficult question without knowing the rest of your roster. Yeah, it's too broad, I feel. Too broad.
The short answer...
We can do a roster review.
12 hours later.
Not right now. I mean, show up on Tuesday, subscribe to give you a roster review. Come on.
The short answer should be Phoenix if you can get to Captain Rex, because the Phoenix farm is relatively easy.
They're for after those.
They're already doing Phoenix and Imperial Troopers.
What should I go for after? After. Sorry, I thought they were asking for which one they wanted.
It depends entirely on where you are. So show up on Tuesday and ask Grab for a roster review.
I mean, like with the limited information, I would say if you don't have it, go for Executor. There's a little bit of bleed over with Imperial Troopers there.
Go for Lord Vader.
Do not listen to Karth. He's a big, silly doo-doo head. But go for Lord Vader, though, eventually. Eventually, just not now.
Yeah. In 3 years, go for Lord Vader.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way. When they release the Lord Vader Lightspeed Bundle Pack.
Well, we're halfway there with the gas pack.
Yeah, but we need the Bad Batch pack.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
that's the big one.
Tren is asking, can I ask a question? Absolutely you can. Wondering if all of Bane's Zetas and Omnis are necessary. I unlock him tomorrow and only have 2 Zetas.
Skip the leadership Zeta.
Yeah, you do not need that at all. As far as Omnis are concerned, you only need his rule of 2. The others are fun, but you don't need them. So
Essence of Dominance is going to be good if you want to punch up versus very specific teams.
The whirlwind is skippable, though.
The whirlwind is outright skippable because it's not like if you're not using him with C, it loses half of its viability. The only thing you're really getting if you're not using him with C is the
extra master,
additional siphon stacks is what you're getting. You get additional siphon stacks when you use it.
Which is nice, but it's not necessary because he's usually going to ramp enough siphon and mastery and max health over time. Yeah. It just makes you do it a little bit quicker.
Right. And his leadership is like the Zeta is absolutely just like a stupid. It's like
it's terrible.
Light side enemies have -10 speed, doubled for Jedi. That's the Zeta.
Yeah,
like you can skip that. You can if you have the other 2 Zetas on his kit and the Rule of 2 unique Omicron, you will have like 90% of Bane's fighting force. You need some of the other ones a little bit, depending on what you want to fight or do like Bane +1 on with the Kron. But outside of that, I mean, you have a lot of his fighting force just with the Rule of 2 Omicron, and then I think there is a Zeta on Rule of 2, and the other one's on his basic.
The basic is the revive prevent Zeta, yeah.
Yeah, that's not an Omni, but yeah.
Yeah, the basic is a nice Zeta.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good one, actually. Like, very useful. Yeah. Because if you're using him against Leia teams and stuff like that, you can prevent her reviving anybody or anything annoying. You can get rid of SRP and stuff like that. It's not necessary, but it's just kind of niche and useful. It's good. Yeah. I like it. Alrighty.
Yeah. The essence one is very good. The essence one is absolutely very good. It's just not the most necessary one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, if you're going in order. Yeah, Essence of Dominance is good, but it's like it's much more narrowed because it's like specific teams that it does. Like if you don't have Essence of Dominance, the odds of you beating a JMK team are like in the floor. You're not going to do it. But it's not going to have any impact beating Leia because you can't reduce cooldowns on those teams.
Yeah, it makes no.
So it's like it's more situational on what it allows you to do, but it is a Ami you can put to the side for now if you have like a second Ami that you need to put on like Jar Jar or your guild needs a specific TW Ami. You can just do one for the short term, especially as long as the Kron's here. Once the Kron goes away, that's going to be another can of worms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alrighty. So next question then is from Running Bald Man. Can we all agree that Revenge of the Sith is an overrated movie and Phantom Menace is underrated? I don't think we can all agree on that. I will say that more people enjoy Revenge of the Sith than they do Phantom Menace.
Yeah, well, that's a large part because of what the story Phantom Menace is telling is very sidetracked by the politics that Lucas was trying to put into there. Because Lucas was trying to explain basically like how the galaxy gets to the point where Palpatine takes over.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get a lot of 15 minutes of like Trade Federation arguments in the Senate. It's like, why? Like, who gives a like?
Well, you just explained why.
I know, but
try explaining that to an 11-year-old.
The casual fan's not going to care as much. But Revenge of the Sith was just like it was the culmination of like the pivotal moment, which I think is why it gets a lot of the hype around it.
Yeah,
is that it's like it was the essence of what sets up episode 4, 5, and 6, which a lot of people had a lot of attachment to, and so watching that moment unfold and start to explain some of your favorite childhood movies in more detail, you're gonna have an attachment to that. But I do think that what episodes 1 and 2 get pooped on quite a bit more than they probably deserve. But like we've talked about before, it just depends on when you were exposed to them. Because like Calvin loves episodes 1 and 2, and doesn't really care for 4, 5, and 6. And I like them all. I don't really have until we get to the new stuff. I really don't care for it. But that's again, it's content that wasn't really generated for me, which is what it is. So it just kind of depends on how you respond to it. But yeah, I would say that I wouldn't call it overrated. I would just say that probably Phantom Menace is a little underrated. There's a lot of fans that like most of it's with Qui-Gon Jinn, but still, I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson is one of my favorite actors, so
he's great. Right. Okay. So
the question was, but I like Qui-Gon Jinn too. Just throwing
Oh,
that out there. I have no idea what the question was.
But
we're
Baldman
still
was asking,
I like Qui-Gon.
can we agree that Revenge of the Sith is overrated and Phantom Menace is
To
underrated?
be honest, I think I'm
basically.
going to watch Phantom Menace tonight.
Well,
Do it.
I'm going to the cinema for a
Alright.
re-release. So.
Next question.
Next question is, what's the best Lightspeed bundle from the new Datamind sets? It's kind of subjective, really.
It depends on your account, man.
It's
I mean,
we can all
who-
agree
who
that
are
it's
you
not
missing?
Ewoks. All right?
If you don't have a foot forward to gas, the gas Lightspeed bundle is hands down the best bang for your buck
It's pretty valuable.
on that one.
It's got the frickin' negotiator.
A 7-star, yeah, a 7-star. That's so much you get too. You're not gonna have to piss away on your
Seriously.
account.
It's also
like-
got Plo Koon, or is it Kit Fisto? I can't remember. Plo Koon. I
Plo
think.
Koon.
Yeah, Plo Koon. There you go. What more do you want?
But it has all the
A Relic
the,
3 Plo
the,
job.
the GR
Exactly.
the GR pilots though
For
too
$50,
at
that's
7
good value.
stars. Like if you don't get too much into the mire of the characters you're getting at Relics, these ships alone, that's a huge win for a lot of people. I mean, it's is it more expensive than like the Radis bundle and the Finalizer bundle? Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
But you're leading towards a much more consequential unit in the game, because it's like you basically compare the dollar value. This pack costs as much as the Starkiller pack, and you're getting like 5 times the characters.
Yeah.
So I would say that the best value would be the gas pack if you have no real progress made on those characters. Outside of that, I think a lot of people, the number one pack, a lot of people are gonna pick up as the Night Sisters because they just have neglected them for so long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Night Sisters neglect. Yeah, that I feel that. So that for me, the Night Sister pack is the most valuable because I basically get nothing from any of the other packs. Ewoks is actually negative value because I just actively don't want to have Relic Ewoks. So me paying for those Ewoks is hurtful to my soul, I think, mostly on a personal level. But yeah, it kind of depends. From a pragmatic view, it's like, yeah,
You're-
the negotiated
gonna
pack
like
is
this?
good. Sorry?
Brief side note, Scribe.
Mm-hmm.
You are up to 6.2 views.
Oh, God. 6.2 thousand views on that video.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
for context, guys, there's a short on my YouTube around me using WD-40 on a squeaky door, and I said if it gets 10k views, I'll get the Ewok pack. So far, it's not looking good.
We are over halfway there in 3 days.
Living on a
Pretty
prayer.
awesome.
Living on
Like
a prayer.
we have more time that the pack until the pack will be available than your short's been out. So you're telling me in another week we can't get the last 4.8 thousand views?
It can't happen because what I'll do is I'll unlist the video.
Oh,
That's
don't
how
worry.
we deal with it.
I'm gonna take the unlisted video and I'm gonna share it on every Discord server that I'm in.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm paying for that Ewok bundle one way or the other. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say you're not gonna like this, Scribe, but
Mm.
just by sheer numbers, the most beneficial pack for me is actually the Ewok bundle.
But at what cost? This is where you say $15. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. $15
cost?
and my soul.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean-
Exactly. Just your integrity, Wolf. That's all.
No.
That's all it would cost. Nah, I never had any of that anyway.
So Havorius has got a question about Jedi Knight Cal coming back early,
Yeah, that was crazy.
and is it going to be permanent
Shouldn't be.
early?
Oh. I mean, I think it's supposed to be permanent in like June, isn't it?
In theory, it would be, but they've said that it would basically be on its third release, is usually 1 year mark.
Third,
they would-
yeah, third re-release.
third
third
re-release
return.
is
Yeah.
so this would be technically his third return. Do they put it in early
Maybe
as
they do.
kind of a make good for the players for the fuff around on the last one?
I mean, it would kind of make sense because it would tie in with us getting a new bonus planet in TB. So they're like, well, you know, if you want to
Give
have
this
Cal,
up, oh, yeah.
this is now is now easier content to get.
I
So
think
maybe-
it would be a great PR move for them to do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it would coincide with this 2-week long event that we've had with the Cal Marquee bundle events running in the game, and the packs being available in the store for freaking ever. I think it would be a good PR move for them to put it in permanent early and let people just get to it.
Probably not a bad idea. Just for
it makes sense to me.
view.
Makes sense to me. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but it would be a good idea. Just kind of funny, really. Just kind of funny. Okay, so Trader Tots in chat says, since the expiration of the Bauschkron, I've had trouble with Leia. Any suggestions on yeeting her again? Bane! Your answer to every team ever.
When it comes to specifically talking about the Jabba versus Leia counter, you need to bring in some offense on the Kron, and then you need to...
I'm sorry, Cart is talking about bringing on some offense on the Kron. I already solved it. It's just Bane. What you do is you take the Jabba team, you remove the team, you place Bane and one Sith
+1
and the Datacron, and you're done. I fixed your Jabba team.
Yeah.
Done.
Make all those
Continue,
changes.
Carth.
That
You
will
can
solve
actually
the
give a
problem.
useful response now.
You need some offense to help with it, but you need quite a bit of max health on the team, and even a little health steal, so that way you can sustain through the damage with the assist, because they're always going to try to go after Bausch first. There's not very many sources on the Leia team of heal immunity. So she's going to be called to assist most frequently on the Jabba basic. So if you have a lot of health, that gives her a sizable protection up whenever Jabba uses his basic. And then you have some health steal. It'll help you kind of sustain through it. The problem that I'm still seeing right now is that as long as as long as Leia Organa has access to the protection up Kron, it becomes quite challenging to do enough damage versus high relic Leia Organa teams, because you stall out on doing anything meaningful. So if you're not also relic 8s on your Skiffguard Lando and Bausch, you run into the problem of not having enough DPS, and that's where you need to probably have a little bit more offense on the Kron. But that's kind of what you have to lean into. You need to go to the new Datacron set, get a Kron that has basically health, offense, and health steal, and then you can kind of counteract it. But it's still going to be a bit of a timeout risk if their relic investment's really high. So that would be kind of the short of it. If you want Jabba to work versus Leia, you can run good old Slacker, but it is trash-tastic banners.
It's really bad banners.
And then
I always find in GAC that Slacker's big value is to solo stuff for good banners. It's like solo irritating teams for good banners. It's like you see a Treya team, Treya's really scary. Slacker, good banners win.
he just takes care of so many things solo, where it's in the current meta, it's really amplified that he is a detriment to his own team. He just uses him until he can get to his ult, and then it's just sorry that you died there, team. He's
kind of similar to General Grievous in GL form, basically, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's a good question, though. Thank you, Tread Tots. Baldman says, I unlock Malgus on Monday. Congratulations. And Bane next conquest. I have 88 Omni mats. What Omnis can I pass on?
We kind of touched on that earlier. Bane only really needs the 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Malgus doesn't need all of his either. To
Malgus, you can miss deprived senses. It's not. It is more novelty than useful. It is not what I would consider to be a powerful Omicron. It has some benefits depending on what is in play and what Datacrons are in play. But I think for the most part, it is the easiest one to skip. The leader and the unique Omicrons are your bread. The leader is a must-have.
The leader,
yeah, definitely.
Korriban's legacy, you can kind of go without too if you really wanted to, because the spreading of doubt, while useful, isn't mandatory for the team.
Especially now with Datacrons.
It happens a lot anyways, and it technically doesn't even come into effect in 3v3. That's only like a 5v5 thing.
Yeah, it's more powerful in 5v5 than it is in 3v3 because it spreads the other two other allies that don't have it. So in 3v3, it's everybody anyways.
Exactly. So it's only a 5v5 Omicron technically.
But deprived senses is like it has some small bonuses, but Malgus taking another turn doesn't really do anything, and the debuffs being unresistible doesn't really do anything. So it's like Malgus really needs his leadership. And then you can pick one of the other ones if you really want to do another Omicron on him, but it's not what I would really call required.
Yeah.
But we already talked about Bane quite a bit, where it's like the that the unique and the second special are kind of what you want to have, and then the third one's kind of just icing on the cake.
Yeah. All right. So one final question from Datacron. Hey, buddy, can we all agree that Scribbles is one hot hunker-chunker prime specimen of a beautiful Welshman? I mean,
specifically of a beautiful Welshman, yes.
I mean, if it was like just man, then I would have to disagree. But as compared to other Welshmen, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Specifically, other Welsh SWGoH streamers. Just
I'm definitely top 10 when it comes to looks department for Welsh Galaxy of Heroes streamers. Definitely top 10.
Oh yes, easily.
I would say definitely like top 3.
You think top 3?
I don't even know. I don't even know two others.
I knew one other content creator who was Welsh for Galaxy of Heroes, but he doesn't do it anymore. It was do you guys remember That's No Moon? He was a little bit on the smaller side, but he was Welsh.
Of course, remember That's No Moon.
I have no
cool.
idea who that is.
Yep.
Absolutely, he's a good dude.
He is a good dude. Yeah.
He stops by every once in a while.
Oh, that's nice. I did a collab video with him many years ago, actually. That was kind of
nice.
Cool. I think it was on like 3v3 defensive teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird because it turns out he was able to tell that I was Welsh.
I love.
Most people can't pick up the accent, so.
I love that no matter how many times we say it in Tribe Talks questions, people still try to create a discussion forum in there.
Yeah, it's always good times. It's always good times.
Like, guys, it's just meant for questions. Like, it's okay.
Not for answers, just questions.
If you want to answer it for them specifically, go back to general chat and tag the person who had the question.
Teabag the person. You heard Matthias.
But, I mean, this guy obviously asked it midstream because it was like a grand total of 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. That's cool. Your mother watches the stream, Scribe. She does? What? I don't think she's ever watched my stream, but she's very proud of me. Sometimes, maybe. I hope. But yeah, I think that's all of our questions, guys. That's all of our questions.
Good.
Oh, man.
Eating junk
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to Goldfish Genocide.
Goldfish Genocide for Karth, and I am...
The genocide has been complete.
The genocide is complete. He's extinct. He's made the goldfish extinct. It's happened.
Now we're gonna make something else extinct in the kitchen.
Yeah, he's gonna go onto those, those chocolate biscuits animals. It's gonna go through the whole zoo. Do you have them in the States? They're like animal crackers. They look like lions and giraffes with biscuit on one side and chocolate on the other.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got that in particular. We have circus animals, which like our animal crackers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frosting over the top.
Oh my god.
Sprinkles.
We have that too, but yeah. And also as Deck pointed out, Dustin Moon was in our guild for a little bit.
Oh no way. That's cool.
Yeah.
He was a good bloke. I liked him.
Oh yeah.
Do we think CG is moving away from Galactic Legends and more just modern legendary teams? I don't think so, ISO. I don't think so. They've definitely scaled them back, but I think we're still getting them.
I think the reason why it just seems awkward is because the focus has been so heavy on a legendary at the start of this year.
Yeah.
Where it's like by the time Cal came last year, we were already pivoting away from Cal into the Leviathan. And this one, we are like definitely getting Jar Jar before we pivot. And so I think that's kind of the route they're in right now, is that they are going to try to run tighter release windows for the sake of getting content out the door and not holding on to it as long, so they can keep hype focus on specific events and then pivot. So I think what we'll kind of see is the same as last year, which is maybe a slightly exasperated schedule. Is we will get the next chase when it drops will give us kind of an idea of what the next capital ship's going to be.
Yep, which is coming soon.
That'll be here August, September, somewhere in that mix, and then a few months later we'll get the GL, and I guarantee you the GL will probably get announced close to the release of the capital ship. They're going to probably bring it in pretty tight. So, but it seems like they're moving into the mantra of, which I don't really enjoy, but the we're going to make sure that players who spend in this game are getting the most competitive advantage they can for at least a brief window of time for spending in this game. It seems to be the mantra they're headed towards. Bo is kind of that way. Jar Jar is definitely that way. Jar Jar has broken the mold on a lot of legendary events. We're going to have the character before anything ever hits. Well, bosses will be the oney character, I think.
Yeah, that should be farmable on the nodes.
Yeah. Which is out of the norm. Even with Cal, Tarful was farmable like the week before the event came into the game. So you had 2 weeks to farm shards as well as shipment farm them if you wanted it. So there's a lot of things that they're changing this year, which seems to be more in the favor of faster release schedule to reward players who are going to invest into the game, because it doesn't take that many players spending $1,000 a month to
prop the game,
keep the lights on, and then you see everybody else to spend $15 on the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle, once a quarter, and you're making hand over fist.
Yeah,
so
and it's
why seems to be the route they're headed.
That's why we've seen changes in stuff like the Conquest Pass and the Pass Plus and stuff like that, trying to incentivize that, because that's recurring income that CG can. They're like, every 2 weeks they're gonna.
I had a thought about the Conquest Pass I think last night, is if they made the Conquest Pass in general just to get you to spend the $10, if they allowed your data disk capacity to increase by like 2 or 4 points.
That would be kind of cool.
16 instead of 12.
That's kind of cool. I like that idea.
That would make Conquest a far sight easier to be able to like basically put a +4 on top of your normal build with no consequences.
Yeah.
But then it's a good reason to actually kind of spend that $10.
Instead of doing that, they could say you can have one data disk that's free. It doesn't have any cost to it.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, well, I'll put my most expensive data disk in there and it doesn't cost me any capacity. That would be cool. I really like that idea.
That was what I was thinking earlier this morning, because I'm like, there needs to be like the top tier has quite a few things that make it worth the investment, just by the fact that you can skip so many feats and a few other odds and ends depending on where you're at, and having access to some of those data disks early on is very helpful. But there needs to be somewhere in the middle where it makes like Conquest easier, and that's kind of where I want the premium purchases to go. It's like, I want it to be easier. It's like, yeah, the $10 gets me a good amount of rewards, but I would be more inclined to spend money on that $10 pass if I was able to equip an additional like Zealous Ambition to my build and clear things a little bit more easily, or I could dip in a different direction and take like 2 more quickening discs that I can't take right now because I didn't get very many blues of the best data discs. So I'm rocking grays and greens, and so it's like I need to commit to this build to make it work versus being able to expand into a couple other options.
But, I mean, they could do other stuff as well, like re-roll Datacrons on a Datacron node, data disks on a data disk node. You can hit a button to re-randomize it. You can do that once free per thing. There's loads of stuff that they could do. But
I think what they should do is they should allow you to dismantle data disks for a currency that is a 1-to-1 for the type of data disk you dismantled. So like, let's say you have
And like upgrade sort of
like
stuff.
upgrade, like so like you have like Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4, and so a 1 dot common data disk breaks down to 1. A green dot breaks down to 2 green, and then 3 dot breaks down to 3 blue, and then 4 dot is 4 purples, and then you can use any of those things to then create different data disks or purchase that is out of a store that refreshes to then more or less minimize. I brought that up to Crum about a year ago now, but
it might be a little bit much. I mean, if they could do like 2 grays make a green, 2 greens make a blue, just upgrade it like that.
Sure.
Even if it was the same data disk, so if you had 2 gray caustic emissions, it makes 1 green caustic emission. I'd be happy with that.
I would be happier with more flexibility, but I mean, because like right now, custom mesh is an absolute waste of.
No, I know. I was using that as for instance.
I know. Well, I know, but that was my rebuttal to that. It's just like there are certain data disks where it's like that would make sense in certain builds, but if the build goes away, then it's like right now there isn't a ton of value in having that mechanic. Like, yeah, if you can get enough green zealous ambitions to make them into a blue zealous ambition, sure. But if I can't get, like, my alternate account, it took until Sector 5 main boss battle to get my second zealous ambition, third for the entire map. Second green one, third total. I had 1 gray and 2 green. It's like, I would rather have the ability to deconstruct the shit I'm not using and turn it into a data disk that I want than being just able to improve the quality of what I've got. But that I would take either because it's an improvement over the current system. But personally, that's what I would rather fight for, is the ability to kind of customize. Like, I don't care if it's the end of Sector 5. Like, you got to get to Sector 5 boss nettle before you unlock this ability. Fine, don't care.
It's fair.
But give me the ability to farm the rest of your stupid feats with ease, because I can now customize my data disk composition. Like, that's where I come off on that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a little bit sidetracked here. We do have another question, though.
We did? Do we?
Yeah.
No.
Which Zetas are necessary for a C-Rex Phoenix squad to function?
The one on Hera and the one on Rex, right?
Rex has 2. You don't need his middle ability one. His first special.
I'm trying. I know Rex definitely has 2, but I can't even remember what Hera's Zeta one is.
It's the one that allows them to share the uniques.
No, that's a base, isn't it?
No.
I don't think that.
That's definitely not a Zeta.
That's just her leadership, isn't it?
No, you're right. It's play to her strengths. It's her Zeta. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought it was her lead. I'm so used to leaders being the Zeta on the lead. Yeah, it's the play to the strengths. That doesn't even need it.
I can't even remember what it is. Let me.
I honestly think it's
spell debuffs, reduce cooldowns by 1, grant 50%.
Oh yeah, it's nice, but it's not necessary. I don't think that play to the strengths.
Is it Master Marksman that's got the Zeta on Rex?
Captain Rex, you can skip Master Marksman.
Okay.
Is that the reset cooldown one? Yeah.
That's the reset cooldown one.
It's nice, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, Lost Commander. I would say Rex and Sabine, and
Sabine's is huge.
Kanan Zeta is huge too, because it's the total defense, right? Yeah, it dispels all debuffs, and it's an AOE dispel versus a single target, and then it grants foresight,
stagger as well, right?
Well, no,
sorry, I was talking
stagger.
about Sabine. Yeah.
No, Kanan is the AOE dispel for the allies.
Yeah.
And then it grants defense up, and then the target ally and Kanan gain 100% turn meter, and then when it dispels, Kanan and let's see, for 2 turns, which each of the foresights expire, Kanan gains 100%. So when the foresight expires, Kanan gains 100% turn meter, and the Phoenix allies all Phoenix other allies gain 50%.
Yeah, so that's a good Zeta.
Yeah, it's a good Zeta. So those would be like the core 3 for the team, and then everything else is kind of gravy.
I think you can safely skip on the Chopper Zeta.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Chopper Zeta, probably not one you want to apply.
If Chopper had a Zeta, I would.
CG didn't either.
CG was like, "Yep, totally skipping on that Zeta."
We don't really use Ezra as part of the core Phoenix team, and Zeb has some uses. like where you can replace Kanan, because if you're not going against a debuff heavy team, you can replace Kanan with Zeb. But I think Kanan has the more universal application, where it's like I would just skip the Zeb Zetas and Ezra until you get to the point where you have, you know, the flexibility to waste a Zeta on a character you're going to use 1 out of every 20 matches. Because Zeb's fun. I love the permanent stun. Like
Zeb is fun. I have an R9 Zeb and I never use him.
It is. I have used the Zeta. I've used his staggering sweep Zeta many times, but it's specifically when I don't need to cleanse debuffs, and then I can just sit there and stun lock somebody into the floor, which is so much fun. I enjoy the crap out of that.
I'm waiting for the Zeb Omi to transform the Phoenix team again.
Oh, again, yeah.
Again, yeah, because let's face it, Rex transformed it once.
I'm waiting for Agent Callus to transform.
I'm waiting for Datacrons to bugger off so I can use Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting.
Yeah. I can't wait for Reva to not be on defense anymore. I'm so sick of seeing her.
Already? Are we talking Reva?
Well, that's actually really easy for me to deal with, though. Reva is like, oh my god, wouldn't it be weird if I didn't put Finzori Holdo on defense? Oh man, the team that you can beat with Night Sisters consistently pretty easily.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, wouldn't it be weird if I just happened to keep that team for offense and then just press literally auto versus your Reva team and I win 5 minutes later? Yeah.
Fun times. Interestingly enough, my opponent has set down Finzori, so guess he can't use that. Yeah.
Yeah, fun. Gas is a good counter for Reva, but Gas is like a 85% win rate. It's like,
and the banners are usually not great as well.
No. But what will happen with that is like if you lose, what happens every time when you lose is that Ray gets a whirlwind when Gas sits, and then the match is over. It's like every other time you've used Gas to beat Ray. If Ray gets a whirlwind or an alt when Gas is down, the fight's over.
Game's over. Especially in that team, because she has got so much flipping offense that the whole board's just dying.
Well,
like,
you would...
It's like, bite.
Yeah. Even with the whirlwind, though. Like, even with the whirlwind, it will one-shot the entire clone guy
easily.
Standing. It's like... Even with, like, 50% health and protection on the team, she's still going to just, like, melt them. It's like, all right, well...
Yeah, they just gather way too much offense in that team, so it's it's done. But hey, Gas is brilliant right now. Cool. I think we managed to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Anything else you guys want to cover off here before we wrap things up? Just like it's Saturday night.
I think the short answer
just
should be...
Night? It was fucking Ashlands. Good shit. Sorry, go on.
So yeah, you got to make sure you double wrap.
Oh yeah.
Because it's going to get hot and heavy.
Oh, baby. Dude, that shit's so wild. Oh, my God. You gotta check it out.
I do. I need to, I was tempted the other day, actually, when I had some downtime. I was like, maybe I should try that out, but I didn't want to go in alone, so I was just like, maybe not. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, everybody, and a wonderful thank you to, obviously, my great co-hosts, Garthrick and Wolfie. We're going to be back probably next Sunday, unless somebody's got issues. If you've got issues, I feel bad for you, son. You won't be here? Okay.
I will not be here.
Okay. We have many issues then. Oh, wait a minute. I won't be here. No tribe talks next weekend, guys. I'm actually back at home. So,
we'll get people to fill
visiting
in
my
for all
family.
of us.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll get 3 guests on. And it's going to be hosted by Nooch instead. All right, so
or Ranger. You can get him
Ranger can host Tribe Talks on his own with 2 other people. It sounds like a great time. Cool.
No, I'm my brother's graduating.
Oh, congratulations!
Next weekend, so we're doing a big party for him.
Amazing.
Which is a ruse right now because my other brother's birthday is on May the 2nd, so we're using his birthday as the ruse to throw the surprise party for my brother's graduation.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
For me,
but
it's
kind
just
of funny.
Easter, so I mean, yeah, you guys have fun.
Yeah. Funny enough, on the day of our podcast, I will be watching a podcast.
Jar Jar.
Watching a podcast, like a live recording of a podcast?
Yes, I will be in the audience, live attending a podcast. with my brother.
Podcasts.
So, yeah, we could do a
what
podcast
podcast?
from the podcast, and it would be Podcastception. Yeah, so I'm going to be watching something called the Three Beam Salad, which is a British podcast. It's good, funny British humor.
Nice.
If you're ever interested, give it a Google. It's good times.
3 lesbians and a hot tub.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I said. Perfect. All right,
Nailed
guys.
it.
We're going to raid out here. I'll find somebody for us to go into. I think we're going to see Rabid Beaver over on YouTube, and those wonderful people on Twitch get to see somebody else entirely that I'll find out now. Let's have a look. Braves Fantan. Braves Fantan in the house. All right, guys. Peace out. Good luck. Love you all. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
Bum, 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 bum.